WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1, New York, and Odyssey Sports Station. WFAN Sports Flash.
This Rutgers Report is brought to you by RWJ Barnabas Health, the official healthcare provider of Rutgers Athletics. Let's be healthy together. After losing a tight game at home to Iowa last week, the Rutgers football team will be in Minnesota tomorrow. Play the 2-1 Golden Gophers. Scarlet Knights head coach Greg Schiano knows points will be at a premium given how well the Minnesota D has performed so far.
Defensively, the number one defense in the country right now. So we go from playing, one of the top five to the top, 2 weeks in a row.
Well, that said, his offense is led by Ethan Kaliakmanis, who came to Rutgers from Minnesota, but Schiano has no concerns about the return, instead feeling that his QB will be locked in.
He's going to be totally focused on playing the football game, being the quarterback that he's capable of being, and running our offense. And he played there, so there's he still knows guys on the team. It's going back to the stadium that he started his career in, but I think that all fades away very quickly.
Rutgers, Minnesota will be on the Fan tomorrow at 12 p.m. with Chris Carlin and Mike Teal. And the women's soccer team lost a tough game at UCLA Thursday, 1-0. It's 74 in Central Park. That's the Rutgers Report. I'm Jerry Recco on Sports Radio 101.9 FM, The Fan.
It's Brandon Tierney and Sal Licata on WFAN The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Well, we have waited a very, very long time for exactly this. The future is now. Jaxson Dart getting the start on Sunday, BT, and I can't wait. And I do think that while there is great excitement, you do have to understand, everybody's going to want results right away. You do have to understand that this is not going to be an easy game, not going to be an easy opponent, and while the expectations and excitement can be through the roof, he's a rookie quarterback. And by the way, even if he has a great game on Sunday, the expectations could be that maybe he struggles next week. This is the beginning of not a Giants run, but the beginning of the evaluation of the potential future franchise quarterback.
Yeah, there's no doubt about this. This is going to be a lot of fun on Sunday. Eli didn't fare too well when he made his debut. We all remember that. Couple of picks, didn't win the game. To me, one of the best emotions as a sports fan is hope. Because if you really think about it, too many of our sporting dreams are very quickly dashed with the reality of what it might be. Now, I think that we all think that Jaxson Dart is emotionally ready. I think we all think, just seems very calm, very cool, very in control. I think we all think he's got enough physical talent to make this thing work here. But what makes this even a little more unique is that you think about, whether it was Zach coming in with a rookie head coach. You've got Dart. Not that he's going to process this, I hope not necessarily, but he's going to, at some point during this run, feel the weight of the aggravation of the fan base with the head coach. And, that's going to be a very, very tough thing. Hopefully it's not, but it could be a very tough thing for him to separate and just focus on going out there and letting his skills shine because he's got a lot of talent.
But don't you think that there's a large portion of either media members or the fan base that is relying, even if it's subconsciously, relying on Jaxson Dart to be the quote-unquote savior based on his ability and potential and his attitude and all that stuff? Mm-hmm. Is that fair to say?
I definitely do. Yeah, no question.
But if we've learned anything in the NFL, it's not just about the quarterback. So both can be true where you could say, well, look at Jaxson Dart, man, the talent and his attitude, and it's going to be exciting to watch him play. Yeah, but come Sunday, if the offensive line isn't doing their job and they can't run the football and the defense isn't doing what they're supposed to be doing, which, by the way, that's happened continuously for the Giants for a decade, well, then how's Jaxson Dart going to thrive? But the best example is right in front of us with Daniel Jones. For how many years did we say Jones is saying, oh, Jones got potential, oh, he's not getting any help? So I don't think now's the time to ignore the other parts of the Giants team that has to help the young quarterback. It's not just about the quarterback and throwing him out there as the savior.
Yeah, I don't think it's about ignoring them. I think it's from the organization's perspective. It's about working around those deficiencies, which we know are very real. And that's where Kafka's got to do. He's got to do a good job, call the right plays. That's where Daboll's got to come up with a game plan here. You got to work around the deficiencies. They are not a good team. We know that. Now, sometimes they look a little bit better than other times, but in total, they are just a bad franchise until proven otherwise. The O-line's been spotty. The defense, maybe not quite what we thought. And obviously, it's just very difficult to score points for this football team. So I think there's two elements at play here. There's the undeniable juice, and we mentioned Daniel Jones. Like, Daniel Jones had some talent. He was tough. I think we all respected his willingness to take a hit, but Daniel Jones didn't bring any juice. Like, he didn't have that vibe. He didn't have that aura. He was just a vanilla, right down the middle, pretty boring guy who just did his job. And I don't mean that as a diss. The difference with Dart is that this young man's coming with a different energy that I think is going to, I hope, is going to really resonate with the locker room. So and once that starts to happen, you could start to look a little differently. But if they have him drop back 30-something times conventionally, he's going to get his head handed to him. They better draw up some creative stuff.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to use the RPO and all that stuff, and I think they'll have some success with it and maybe move the ball a little bit more consistently. But I worry about, everyone's talking about the moxie and his attitude. Yeah, that's great. Well, what happens when he gets beat a little bit? What happens when he throws a couple of picks? We don't truly learn about somebody until they go through adversity. And that may not happen this week. It may happen in, week 7, week 8, whatever. This is just the beginning of an exciting, long process. But I guess my bigger concern is less about what Jaxson Dart is. And we don't know. Nobody knows. You could say, I could say, I know. Fans could say it. Daboll could say it. Nobody knows. He hasn't been out there in the NFL yet throwing a pass. So we need to see what he can do continuously. Succeed, fail, all of that stuff. My bigger concern is that I forget who made the decision, because that was a whole nother part of this, is this the right situation to be transitioning from veteran quarterback to the future franchise quarterback of this team? Is this team in the right position for that to be successful? And when you have a lame duck head coach, a team that's 0-3, a team that doesn't do anything well, or at least consistently well,
a disgusted fan base,
a fan base that's ready to pounce.
Yeah.
Those to me are bigger issues than Dart himself that would make me concerned about this not being the right position to put any quarterback in a place to succeed.
I agree. I wouldn't be playing him this weekend, but that's that's no longer the conversation. When we talked about this earlier in the week, and you got the sense when Daboll was non-committal to what he was going to do, you were a little less convinced than me. I didn't know if it would be Winston, but it just felt like the change was coming, and here we are.
I didn't think they were this. I thought they were going to stick to the plan a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, but this is where desperation and being embarrassed and all the things that we factored into this decision, this is where, unfortunately, on some level, it usurps the level of readiness for the young man. I mean, I don't know how clear this is the problem, Sal, and this is what worries me downstream. I don't know how clear the minds have been at that Giants building as they came to this decision. Now, maybe I shouldn't pluralize it. Maybe it is just a singular mind. Maybe it truly is Brian Daboll saying, you know what? I wanted this guy. I'm tired of being lumped in with this other stuff. This is my last stand. He's the one I wanted. I'm going to show everybody that I got it. And hopefully that happens. But there is nobody that can convince me, if it was just a Daboll decision, that there wasn't some sort of infiltration of desperation, or however you want to frame it, because he's got to save his own ass.
Yeah, and my thing is not even about whether Dart's ready or not. It's about, is the team built properly for him? There are two layers to the question. Well, is Jaxson Dart ready? Are you throwing him to the Wolves too soon? Week 4, you didn't sit and learn enough. He could be ready to go. Is the rest of the team ready to go? That's where I would say definitively, based on what we've seen for years, and even in this year, it's not. And that's why I don't think there's any difference in starting him week 4 versus week 7 or 8. If you're going to make him sit, let him sit. Try to build the foundation, then bring him in. It's not just about getting a young quarterback mentally ready or physically ready to play at the next level. It's about you building the foundation for him to succeed, and nobody can argue that after 3 weeks the foundation has been built.
After 3 years, the foundation hasn't been built. 4 years with this step. No, that's the most important aspect of this, but at least pertaining to Sunday, it's now irrelevant. It's immaterial. Whether the foundation's right, whether he's truly ready, it almost doesn't matter. Caution to the wind, training wheels off, he's under center. See, I think the next evaluation, and hopefully it doesn't come to this, hopefully he comes, and I think he's going to play fairly well. I don't think he's going to be overwhelmed. I'm not saying he's going for 3 bills with 3 touchdowns, but I think we're going to see plays where we're like, okay, this is going to be interesting, and he at least shows early signs of maybe being the guy. But But if that's not the case and it's the opposite, what I think is going to be incredibly problematic is if he starts to drown, whether it's not necessarily in one game, but over the course of 3, 4, 5 games. Daboll told us he's the quarterback for the rest of the year, which I think is idiotic. I think.
Yeah, I agree with that. No, I like that. Why not? He's the quarterback. What's the difference?
Well, he's the quarterback now, but there's levels of damage that you can do to him. So now, listen, Daboll could change his mind. He could say that we're going to get him ready, as he did the other day, to be the quarterback for the rest of the year, and he goes out there and he's got 3 picks and 3 touchdowns and 9 picks and 3 fumbles, and he's getting hit and he's a little bit banged up, and they just save him. They intervene. He very well can change his mind and do that, but it didn't seem like he's very amenable to doing that, and that worries me.
Yeah, Steve, to me, I like that at least. He's our quarterback. Here we go. We're riding out. You can't make that move if you have any hesitation. And by the way, if Dart does struggle to the levels you're talking about, Daboll's not going to be around to make that decision.
He will this year, though.
If he gets that... If Jaxson Dart is as bad as you're saying, to a point where they got to consider benching him, which to me is like not even a thought process. He's the quarterback. My bigger concern will be exactly what happened to Daniel Jones. Clearly Daniel Jones could have some success. He did win a playoff game. Look at what he's done in Indianapolis. And there were some good times here with the Giants. The talk was always offensive line isn't good. It doesn't have enough weapons. Improper coaching. Blah, 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 blah. Those things that all hurt Daniel Jones are still in play with the Giants.
Yeah, only you don't have Saquon to bail you out.
Well, they do have Malik Neighbors. You could say, okay, well, the offensive line might be healthier with Thomas now and whatever it may be.
Runyon.
Okay, so the offensive line, a little bit better.
It's a little bit better.
They don't have a running game. They do have a legit number 1 wide receiver, but is that really going to be that big of a difference as it pertains to developing Jaxson Dart versus the way that they couldn't develop Daniel Jones? I'm not so sure. I'm just saying that those things to me that hurt Daniel Jones wasn't great himself either here, but all those other factors that led to Daniel Jones having to go elsewhere still could impact Jaxson Dart, even if Jaxson Dart has the potential to be a great quarterback.
Yeah, and just for the record, again, I think he's going to be pretty good this weekend. I think he's going to be pretty good this year. I think he's going to be more positive than not. I'm just saying, if he doesn't play well, that's where you and I would splinter off a little bit here, because I'm not a believer in just making it worse. But we'll see. I also don't think, and this is not even really worthy of getting into today necessarily, but if it's really bad, I still don't know that they would fire Daboll during the year, because to me, even if he deserves it, because the lack of structure, like what happened with the Jets last year, it could actually get worse. I know that seems almost unfathomable, but I don't think there's anybody in the building that's prepared to take over if they fire Daboll. So I think that they would probably let him ride it out. Hey, there's nothing in sports, even a young pitcher like McClain or even, Doc. Well, Doc was different, but whomever it might be, I think the most exciting thing on our sports radar is when we have a new quarterback that's got some hype, that's got some talent, and the team and the fan base needs it, and this is going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully he plays well, but I think he's going to.
Today's Giants preview is brought to you by New York Oasis. Don't know, don't judge. Turn the page on stigma. Learn more at oasis.ny.gov. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Tony is calling from Staten Island. What's up, Tony?
Hey, guys. Happy to lead off. Thanks for taking my call.
Mm-hmm.
I had a call after the first few words, Sal, that this is about the evaluation of Dart or the evaluation of this player. We're 3 games into this season. Okay? We have a chance to become 2-3. We have a historically soft team in the Chargers coming in for a 1:00 start, mind you, and we have the Saints, which is perhaps a winnable game, and to at least get us to 2-3. And you have over 25 years of quarterback experience on this team between Wilson and Winston. And I understand if you don't want to play Wilson, I get it. I fully get it. And then I don't understand how you not play Winston. This team is not ready for success right now, and definitely not ready for success with a rookie quarterback.
But then, are you worried? I'm a little confused. Are you more concerned with trying to win games this year from a Giants fan perspective, or seeing your future quarterback?
It's always about trying to win games.
Yeah, but Tony, they're 0-3. They can't win games. You could talk about, is this a winnable game against the Chargers? It was supposed to be a winnable game against the Chiefs. How'd that work out? And then what happens after the Saints in a couple of weeks? Then what? Is it winnable to beat the Eagles twice and the Broncos?
Listen. Let's try to get to 2-3. And if we don't get to 2-3, then it's Eagles, Denver, Eagles, Frisco, Green Bay, Detroit. I get it at that point. I get it. But you don't even get – that's so unfair to the fans. So unfair to the fans what they're doing. I don't get it, man. I just don't understand why they're not trying to.
You do get it, Tony. You do. I think you're just choosing to ignore the reason. And a good call. Appreciate that.
Thank you for the call.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, I get it. There's obviously very different opinions on this matter. This doesn't have to be uniform for everybody. I think it's a little bit early. I do. But it should not be about wins for me. It should be about the ultimate growth of Jaxson Dart. And to me, there was a way to do that where maybe you gave yourself a chance to win. Maybe if Jameis Winston had a big day, I would have pulled Russell Wilson. He was awful last game. I couldn't run him back out there. I would have played Winston and maybe given Winston 2-3 weeks or even a month and then go to Dart. But it's not about wins. I don't know. For some fans, it is. I understand that. But it shouldn't be because they are so far away from being championship relevant.
But by the way, they can make the argument, the Giants, that Jaxson Dart gives them the best chance to win.
That's true.
Like, Jameis Winston's a pick-6 machine. I like Jameis Winston, his personality. He stinks.
What is he on the team for? To lead the huddle and cheer?
Whatever.
Why is he here?
He stinks. So, but I would agree in the notion of this year. Like, you don't want the unfortunate reality. Nobody from the Giants' perspective wanted to have the unfortunate reality of their team is not any good and they're not going to win any games this year. They thought they were better than they were. Fans bought into the hype, and they started to believe that they were better than they were. And the results after 3 weeks, they should not be 0-3. They are 0-3. Like, losing to the Cowboys in a game that there's no way you should ever lose that game. The Cowboys stink, not to mention how many points the Giants scored. Can't lose that game. You did. Chiefs were vulnerable at home. Tight game. You lost it. Again, you lost the game. Not to mention Washington week 1, 14-6 in the fourth quarter, like they're taking moral victories. The Giants, 0-3 yet again, which has happened forever. So they're not a good football team. And to me, I never believed they were going to be a good football team. It was always going to be about developing Jaxson Dart. It was always, in my mind, just a matter of when that was going to be the case. Week 4, I did not anticipate this being the case, but you can make the case Dart gives them the best chance to win, and they believe that the combination of having him try to help them go win games while developing is the best thing for the franchise.
Listen,
right now.
If the Giants were in a better spot organizationally and like Gettleman wasn't a mess and the end of Reese wasn't a mess and the coaches weren't a mess and the ownership wasn't out to sleep for the last 10 years basically, well, then maybe you could have had a situation where they could have scrapped together some wins like they did with Kurt Warner. And it would have been more of a seamless, even though, and again, we talked about this yesterday, I know it bothered some of the veterans because Tiki's talked about this. It was never anti-Eli. It was like, hey, we've got a finite window to win. And we're winning with Kurt. Guy's an MVP in the league here. Why are we going to pull the plug here, even though everybody knew that Eli was eventually the guy because of the draft status there? So there was a little, not discord, but maybe confusion with that Giants locker room.
Also, BT, rookies weren't the same as they are now.
Yeah, meaning they're more prepared now or less prepared now?
Now it's like pre-2008, let's say, rookies weren't coming in and lighting up the league in their first year or their first go-around.
Yeah, because the college game was very different than the pro concepts. And matter of fact, a lot of the college concepts are now going to Sunday rather than the other way around. Right. It's actually pretty interesting. And somebody like Jaxson Dart has 45 career college starts, which is a lot of snaps at Ole Miss in the SEC. So I think that he's ready, but ideally it would have been nice to pump out a couple of wins and then make the decision a month from now. But the Giants organizationally aren't good enough to get wins, and here we are.
Brian is in Northport. What's up, Brian?
Hey, bud.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking the call.
Okay.
So I don't know what's going to happen on Sunday. None of us do. Maybe the kid lights it up. Maybe he sees ghosts. I don't know. But all I know is what Brian Daboll did, whether he knows it or not, and I think he does, is he put his head on the chopping block. Because this is it. I was a huge Daboll supporter. I can't stand the guy anymore, and I don't think he's it. I mean, what have we looked at the last 5 years? Well, we got one playoff game. The press conferences are insufferable. He can't answer a question to save his life. He treats us like, as fans, like we're morons. I can't take it. And this is it for him. And he knows it.
Well, this is it, Brian, and thank you for the call. Now, remember, it can turn. If Jaxson Dart is who everybody wants him to be and the little flashes that we saw in preseason or whatever it may be, then the way that we all look at Brian Daboll can completely change. It's not going to be in 1 week, though. It's going to take some time here. I understand being frustrated with Daboll and thinking that it's over for him, but this is really the beginning of the potential future with the quarterback or the beginning of the end for the head coach. BT Sal on the Fan. Can't count on much, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL game all season long, kicking off with the juicy Week 4 matchup between those Chargers and these New York Giants. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today.
It's more Big Ten action as the Scarlet Knights hit the road taking on the Minnesota Gophers. High noon tomorrow.
Guys, for the goal line! He's in! Touchdown, Rutgers!
The home of Rutgers football is WFAN.
And the Scarlet Knights continue to dominate!
Brought to you by RWJ Barnabas Health, the official healthcare provider of Rutgers Athletics. Let's be healthy together. And The Fan, 101.9 FM, always streaming on the Odyssey, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio app.
We could tell you what it's like to drive the Nissan Rogue and tell you all about its performance capabilities, like its VC turbo engine. It's I can go virtually anywhere type of freedom.
Nice.
But you don't have to take our word for it. Go drive it for yourself.
You're up.
Experience the power of the Nissan Rogue.
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Get 0% APR for 60 months on the 2025 Nissan Rogue, Pathfinder, or Murano. Visit your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. For well-qualified buyers, example, 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $1,667 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary. Subject to Nissan Motor Acceptance Company credit approval, not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends September 30th, 2025.
You know what they say about judging a book by its cover? Everyone with an addiction has a story to tell. Don't know? Don't judge. Addiction is a treatable medical condition. What helps people seek treatment is support. What does not help is shame and stigma. We can all make a difference. Learn how at oasis.ny.gov. The New York State Office of Addiction Services and Supports. Every step of the way.
Listen to You Better You Bet with Nick Costa Sunday morning at 8 right here on The Fan. Nick will preview all the football action to get you ready for kickoff, presented by BetMGM. Make it legendary. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Some things are hard to commit to, like learning how to surf or saving for a family vacation. But one commitment that's easy, switching to Fios Home Internet with a 5-year price lock guarantee. That means 5 great summers of fast, reliable internet at the same low price. All with the Fios 1 gig internet plan. Plus no hidden fees or equipment charges. Call 1-833-VERIZON to switch today. Price guarantee applies to base monthly rate only for new and existing My Home customers.
Recovering from an addiction is an individual accomplishment. A young mother who chose recovery to care for her family. A high school athlete overcoming opioid addiction. A couple celebrating his recovery. Everyone's recovery is different, and there's no shame in asking for help. Call 844-REACH-NJ. Trained counselors are available 24/7 to help you find the recovery option that's best for you. Tell us your story, and let's begin your recovery today. A message from New Jersey Human Services.
Football is back, and it looks like we're going to get thrills from both teams this year, but thrills are nothing new at Bay Ridge Mazda. Tired of that clunker you've been driving? Just bring it in to Bay Ridge Mazda for up to $2,000 over book value all month long. The time is now to make a trade. Head over to the place where everybody wins, Bay Ridge Mazda, located on 4th Avenue and 90th Street, or buy your car direct at BayRidgeMazda.com and have it delivered to your door. That's Bay Ridge Mazda, 4th Avenue and 90th Street in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn.
We've got more sports talk coming up on The Fan.
Lunch was great. Greenwich Village is a fun spot.
Can we stop at a bathroom?
Are you all right?
I keep having stomach issues after eating, like diarrhea, gas and bloating, abdominal pain, and sometimes oily stools.
Sound familiar? Those stomach issues may actually be a pancreas issue called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Creon pancrelipase may help manage EPI. Creon is a prescription medicine used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. Call 800-633-9110 or visit creoninfo.com to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
I'm asking my doctor about EPI and if Creon could help.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. When you bet on the team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score. Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up. You get early payout on parlays, too.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply.
With next-day delivery available straight to your job site, it's easy to keep jobs running smoothly with the Home Depot. Plus, with pricing benefits for pros and top-quality brands, you only have to make one stop for the whole job. The Home Depot. How pros get more done.
At Bolavia Chevrolet, we know a strong season starts with the right lineup. Just minutes from MetLife Stadium, we've got East Rutherford's top GM vehicles like Silverado, Tahoe, Trailblazer, and so many more. Family-owned, trusted for decades, Bolavia Chevrolet is built for whatever the road or Sunday throws your way. Whether you're hauling gear, heading to the game, or just need something that moves like a winner, Bolavia Chevrolet in East Rutherford has you covered. Bolavia Chevrolet, big trucks, big SUVs in East Rutherford or BolaviaChevy.com.
Our transportation, water, and energy infrastructure is critical. Did you know that those projects are built by the local 825 operating engineers and their contractors? They even built MetLife Stadium and the stadium before that. That's why their advocacy organization, ELEC, the Engineers Labor Employee Cooperative, fights for those priorities every day. That's ELEC, representing the hardworking men and women who build New York and New Jersey.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
Yeah, go like this. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh, I am for real.
BT Sal back on the Fan, 888-808-1019. I'm actually a little melancholy today, BT.
What's up, Sal? Mets won. What's going on?
No, it has nothing to do with that. We'll get to the Mets in a little bit. We had to close the pool yesterday. It was the end of the summer. The guy comes to close the pool. And, you know, while I'm excited about football and Jaxson Dart, it's just symbolic of where the hell did the summer go? It's over. No more swimming, no more relaxing, you know, no more escaping from the wife for a little bit and going out in the pool, seeing it close. And when the weather's not bad, it's still been 80-plus degrees.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, the leaves are starting to fall a little bit. We had to do it. But just the end of the summer, it gets me a little melancholy.
Okay, well, I can understand that. But did you at least do some due diligence here? And I understand the leaves are a pain in the ass. You gotta flush them out there. But did you do the 10-day forecast to see if you could squeeze another week into it? Because I just did it for you, and you got a bunch of 80-degree days coming up.
I know.
So what are you doing?
It's also, we're going to be at my wife's friend's birthday party this week. Like, we just weren't home for the weekend, and then the longer you let it go, but then you got to maintain it more. And by the way, it's a fee to close the pool, but it's a fee if you keep it open because you got to have the heater running. That's more gas bill. You got to go get the chemicals to keep it. But I'm getting hit left and right here. I got another issue with the water pressure in the house. A plumber comes yesterday. Oh, yeah, we got to install this thing. $700 later. I'm like, what are you out of your mind? Like, I would have been okay. And the issue that I wanted fixed wasn't even fixed yet, so now I got to call them back today after the show. So now I went from melancholy to being flat out angry. But I was melancholy about the pool, angry about all the other stuff.
Did you aerate the lawn yet? That's about $1,000 when they do the reseed and everything else. Did you take? You got a nice chunk of lawn back there.
I'm not doing the aerating.
You got to aerate the lawn.
It's just a waste of money. I'd rather
it's
be
not
brown.
a waste of money.
Yeah, you got to shut down the sprinklers.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable what's going on. My wife's friend's birthday party. Like, I'm leaking money. It's absurd.
Hey, welcome to being responsible and having a wife and having a kid and having a mortgage.
I don't want to do that anymore. I want to go back to having my apartment in the city, single Sal. No responsibility, just pay that rent, which was not easy, but
Happy
still.
Sal. Happy Sal.
Happy and single
Freelancing Sal.
Yeah, walk around in the city on a Saturday morning, go read the paper, hang out at whatever bar.
Yeah, glory
Get ready
days.
for the games on Sunday. No, it's to close the pool, close the sprinklers. Call the plumber, do this, do that, birthday party here, go to the ATM. I don't have it. Go to the ATM. I mean, how much you think you got? How much?
For what? There's nothing in there.
How much you think you got to give? Exactly. How much you think you got to give for a 50th birthday party?
This is her friend or your best friend?
Her best friend.
I thought you told me it was your best friend. Her best friend?
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to give anything.
Well,
her best friend. I don't think it will be money myself. I think it will be more a nice, really nice symbolic. Like, I'll tell you what. So my 50th birthday.
Like, we're talking like nice, like $80 or something like that.
No, you got to go more than $80. You cheapskate, dude. So Hoff was at mine with Teak, and we weren't working together yet.
That's
okay.
Right, 50th. Okay.
So I'll give you an example. Couple of good buddies in town that I coach with. One of them got me a framed Patrick Ewing jersey autographed. There were like 3 or 4 people that chipped in for that. Another 2 or 3 guys got a Mattingly the Hitman poster autographed by Mattingly.
It was on a couple hundred.
Yeah, I mean, some got some really expensive bottles of scotch, a couple of $100. It's got to be at least a couple of hundred, dude.
It never ends.
It's got to be.
BT and Sal, the fan, 888-808-1019.
You bet the Giants this weekend. You get it back.
How much do you think fans paid to have that plane fly over MetLife Stadium on Sunday?
How much is that? Did you see the price? It's got to be what?
I didn't see the price, but how ridiculous is it? See, this is where Giant fans got to get a grip. This is maybe the most exciting day for Giant fans in years.
Yes.
Well, not maybe. It is. Yeah, outside of the playoff game, and even that was like, okay, we knew they had their limitations. Great win against Minnesota, but that team had their limitations. This is a great, exciting time right now to see Jaxson Dart and these knuckleheads because they want to sulk in the misery and just be so overwhelmingly negative. I get that it's been ugly. You need to fly the plane over. Come on. Every year we're going to be doing this?
Didn't they book this in advance?
I mean,
so they already paid for it. Well, they already paid for it. Maybe they can't get the money back.
Cancel it. So what? If I'm a Giant fan, I'm saying, you know what? My bad. I'll eat it. I don't want any negativity surrounding Jaxson Dart.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a good look for the kid. But you know what? You think it's going to bother him? Not at all. Not at all.
Not him, but ownership, sure. Nick is calling from Windsor Locks, Connecticut. What's up, Nick?
Hey, how you guys doing today?
Good. How are you, Nick?
What's up, Nick?
Not bad. Not bad. So, definitely, I agree. John Mara, somebody had their hands on to put pressure on these guys to put Dart in on week 4. I don't think that was their plan. I agree with everybody on that. But, Giant fans just need to be more positive. This team, Dart's ready to go. He's played 45 college games. I love guys that come into the draft, into the NFL, that have tons of college experience. This kid is talked so positively by John Gruden and other big football names.
Yeah, but John Gruden's missed more than he's got. John Gruden's a mess with that
they talk about everybody positively, right?
I'm sorry I brought up John Gruden, but I just think the kid's ready to go. He's oozing with confidence.
Real quick, Nick, hold on. It's not just Gruden. Like Tony Romo was talking about Zach Wilson like it was the next Patrick Mahomes.
And Darnold.
Yeah, they do it with everybody. Okay. Just to be clear. Now, go ahead, Nick. Sorry.
They could be wrong, but we got to be positive. We can't just sit here and just assume the kid's going to poop the bed here. He's going to be really, really good. I really believe that. And he's the future for the Giants. Our offensive line's way better. Our team is ready. I just think they're ready. I think that they would have won that Dallas game if he was our quarterback. And I do think that he's going to win more games for us this year than any other quarterback on this roster would have. And do I think we're going to do anything? No, I think we're going to win 4 games, 5 games if we're lucky. Don't ask me to find them. I have no idea where it's going to happen. But I do think that we're going to beat Dallas the last game of the year. I think we're going to win some games. This team, Dart's going to be our future. We're going to build around them. Let's go, man. I don't want to be in the category. No offense to you guys. It's not a dig to the Jets fans, but I'm sick of being in that category. We're not the Browns. We're not the Jets. We're the New York Giants.
Yeah, you've been worse.
Super Bowl. We won a Super Bowl in every decade, unlike any other franchise in the NFL. Yeah. And we still have a chance this decade.
Yeah,
well Nick, can I bust out? Thanks for the call, Nick. And I love the resilience there. Good for you. I won't want to be lumped in with the Jets either, but you are. Until you're no longer lumped in, you got to get out of that hellhole basement. The problem with that, and my father-in-law says this all the time, but I've used the expression once in a while, you can't bust out yesterday's resume and throw it on the table today. Who cares what you did yesterday? Right. I mean, the Giants have been a bad team for a long time. And I appreciate the fact that you think that Dart's going to be good, and I think he's going to be good. I think Sal thinks he's going to be good. We don't know if he's going to be good right away. That's not really the point. It's more about is it too early? Right. And by the way, these predictions, I had to pop this up. 2018, August of 2018, quote, I think Sam is going to be one of the truly great quarterbacks in the NFL. I think he's got a chance before he's done with his career to be the top guy and push Tom Brady aside. When he goes away, Brady is going to be Rodgers and it's going to be Darnold. You know who said that?
Romo?
That was Romo on my show back in the day. These guys are wrong all the time. So I don't care what they say on the scouting report. They miss more than they hit.
Yeah, also, I'm sure our last caller and other Giant fans, I know because I was taking the calls on the overnights. Tell me Daniel Jones going to have a gold jacket. Daniel Jones going to be a Hall of Famer. Daniel Jones going to be better than Tom Brady. Now, we've seen what Sam Darnold could do elsewhere. We're seeing what Daniel Jones is doing elsewhere. That's why it's not always just about the quarterback. That's where my emphasis is ahead of his starting debut this Sunday. C.J. Stroud's the perfect example. We talked about this with Baldy earlier in the week. He was great year one. year one with D'Amico Ryans and C.J. Stroud, everybody in the NFL would have been like, oh, give me that combination. They got it right, the head coach and the quarterback. And yet here we are year 3, and they've regressed significantly. Well, why is that the case? Boldy told us, because everything else around them came crumbling down, whether it be coaching, offensive line, receiver play. So that means it's not just about the quarterback. So you could think that Jaxson Dart's going to be great. He might have the potential to be great. But if the surroundings of Jaxson Dart aren't good enough, and there is no reason to believe why they are, then why would he have more success than Daniel Jones or anybody else?
There's no position in sport that relies more on the people around you than quarterback in the NFL. There's nothing that even comes close.
Steve is in Yonkers. What's up, Steve?
Hey, what's going on, guys? How are you?
What's up, man?
Hey, you guys have set me up perfectly for my point right here. I just called up to say the Giant fans, because the callers just like that, are now becoming the equivalent to the Jet fan. They are miracle wishers. All right, listen to the reasons. The guy's got moxie. He's got his chains on. We've been bad for a decade. I would think the Giants fans would be a little bit more realistic and hedge against misery, unlike the Jet fans, but everybody's calling in, thinking it's the next coming, when he's going to be bad, and we know it. So I don't know where this excitement is coming from.
Well, the excitement's coming from a quarterback that a lot of people think could be pretty good. And listen, when you go back to the start of the show here, free Odyssey app, if you guys missed it, BT and Sal, I use the word hope. I mean, there's nothing more energizing than hope. Now, you can't quantify that. I wouldn't bet on hope, but it's certainly in the moment an emotional factor as to why not all, but why some Giant fans are really excited to watch this young man play, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah, you can't say definitively he's going to be great. You can't say definitively he's not going to be any good. What you can say, at least for me, what we are working with, what we know. We don't know about what Jaxson Dart's going to do. What we do know is he's coming into a situation with a lame duck head coach that basically hasn't won a game in his last 3 years. They're a team that's 0-3 yet again, that had different expectations. A defense that was supposed to be great that hasn't been even good, really. Put it this way, haven't been good enough to win a game so far. And an offensive line situation that is maybe improved from what we saw with Daniel Jones, but murky at best. They cannot run the football. So those are all real, tangible things with evidence that Jaxson Dart is stepping into. Is it better than what Daniel Jones had? Maybe in some ways. Maybe not, maybe similar, whatever. But it's not like we're saying, hey, the Giants finally built a foundation. It's week 10. They won, they're 4-6, but the defense has been lights out. It's just because Russell Wilson was throwing the ball in the stands as opposed to throwing it in the end zone trying to make a play. That's why the Giants have felt like that's not what's happening here. There are still question marks about the head coach, about the defense, about the offensive line, basically about everything involved in this Giants team.
Did people forget about the conversations we've had for years?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, everything about the Giants have been bad. I mean, everything about the Giants, the judging the job by Shane and the drafts and the coach and the ownership and the quarterback and the O-line and the injuries and the poor draft picks and the sloppy free agent signings. What has been good? There's really been nothing good. So this, again, represents a ray of light, a ray of hope, and a ray of possibility. But to think that this is going to be baked into some sort of seamless transition, you're absolutely out of your minds. I mean, the Giants have been terrible for a long time, and you've got to hope that he can rise above this and that he could just tread some water. And as the other things around him become more functional, hopefully that they do, that he begins to ascend with that. That's got to be the hope.
Correct. That's the key. And it is possible. And that's why there's legitimate excitement and should be around Jaxson Dart. Maybe he raises the level of play from each side. By the way, not to mention the kicking issue. I know they got Koo now, but he's not even that good. But still at least a healthy kicker here. Point is, it takes a lot. It's not just going to be about Jaxson Dart. There is a possibility that he can raise the level of play, and maybe the Giants do win a game, and then it could snowball in the right direction. But I mean, we need to see it before we just blindly say that that's going to happen here, just because Jaxson Dart is a confident, exciting, energetic player. BT and Sal on the Fan. More of your calls when we come back. We'll work baseball into the conversation a little bit as well. 888-808-1019. Guys, by now you've heard me talk about Collars & Co., makers of the dress collar polo. They've already sold over 1 million of these amazing shirts, and they really are amazing. They fit great. They make you look good no matter what type of shape you're in. I know because I'm a little fluffy, and they still make me feel and look good. Well, Collars & Co., they just came out with the new Maverick Performance Blazer. This blazer is sharp and wrinkle resistant, so you can travel anywhere with it. Just throw it in your bag and it will remain wrinkle-free. That's convenient. Even comes with security zip pockets, a sunglasses loop, and an optional pocket square. So visit collarsandco.com and check them out today.
It's Evan and Tiki. Afternoons on the Fan 101.9 FM.
Cameron Scatterboo, you're a baller, dude. I give you your respect because you run hard as hell. And you talked about your physicality on the pregame show that we were hosting with John Schmelk. How physicality transfers.
Listen to Evan and Tiki on demand on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Boomer Esiason with an Odyssey Sportsman Ed, sponsored by Old Trapper Beef Jerky. Old Trapper, what's your beef? Sunday morning, Dublin hosts Minnesota and Pittsburgh. The Steelers are one of my upset specials this weekend, along with, at normal viewing hours, Atlanta over Washington, Indy over the Rams, and Jacksonville over San Francisco. The Eagles-Bucks should be fun, and I can't wait for the Ravens-Chiefs rematch. I'm Boomer Esiason.
If you could hear Old Spice Fiji Antiperspirant, what would it sound like? First, you'd start with Fiji Antiperspirant's amazing scent of palm trees. Add pure notes of fresh coconut and layer on 24/7 odor and sweat protection. You won't hear any dyes or parabens because with Fiji, you won't have any. So while your regular antiperspirant sounds like this, Old Spice Fiji sounds like this. Sounds like it smells amazing.
I'm Scott Hansen, host of NFL Red Zone. Lowe's knows Sundays hit different when you earn them. We've got you covered with outdoor power equipment from Cobalt and everything you need to weatherproof your deck with Trex Decking. Plus, with lawn care from Scott's and, of course, Pit Boss grills and accessories, you can get a home field advantage all season long. So get to Lowe's, get it done, and earn your Sunday. Lowe's, official partner of the NFL.
Hey, Connecticut, if you want name brand tires at the guaranteed lowest price and the most free services, then get to Town Fair Tire. Because nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody!
Town Fair Tire! Ready to fire up your Saturdays? FanDuel has got a boost that you're not going to want to miss. It's called Boostin' with the Boys, and it's giving everyone a college football profit boost every single week. So here's how it works. Each week, they're giving everyone a profit boost to use on college football. No opt-in gymnastics, no invite-only nonsense. Everyone gets the boost. We're talking real games, real teams, real Saturdays with an extra payout on the line. It's easy, it's fun, and it's only on FanDuel. Go to FanDuel.com/Boomer to download the app. Check out the Boostin' with the Boys offer and get in on all the action. We all love the app around here. It is safe and secure, and when you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official partner of WFAN.
21 and over and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issues, non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with the gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Fall is in the air, and that means spectacular savings at Open Road Mazda of Morristown and Open Road Mazda of East Brunswick. Lease the versatile 2025 Mazda CX-5 all-wheel drive for only $239 per month for 36 months. Or choose the rugged 2025 Mazda CX-50 all-wheel drive for just $249 per month for 36 months. Prices are falling at Open Road Mazda of Morristown and Open Road Mazda of East Brunswick. Visit us today for exceptional seasonal offers. Click shop, we deliver. OpenRoadMazda.com. Must finance through Mazda Financial Services. See dealer for complete details.
Get ready for more BT and Sal on the Fan.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter. the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Tune in to the BT and Sal Show weekdays from 10 to 2 on The Fan, presented by your tri-state Cadillac dealers. Cadillac is the official luxury vehicle of the New York Mets.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a best man speech, but getting one from some random +1.
I am honored to be standing here today, also confused and a little hungry. Does anyone want to switch entrees? Pretty sure I checked beef.
You wouldn't settle for just any speech, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your cold is coming. Your cold is coming. When you feel a cold coming, shorten it with Zicam, the #1 cold shortening brand.
Oh, no, not before my big trip.
The big trip you've been planning is coming up, and so is your cold. But Zicam can shorten your cold and get you back to planning sooner.
Thanks, Revere.
We really should keep Zicam in the house.
Shorten your cold with Zicam.
Take it from America's most revered messenger. Shorten your cold at the first sign with cold shortening products from Zicam, the #1 cold shortening brand. Available in stores or see where to buy at Zicam.com.
Be part of it isn't just a slogan. 2026 season tickets are on sale now, and this is your chance to join the tradition and legacy of the New York Yankees. Purchase a plan and enjoy the best seat locations, significant savings, and flexible payment options. Plans start at just 9 games. Log on to Yankees.com, call 212-YANKEES, or email seasontickets@Yankees.com. For 2026 Yankees season tickets, email seasontickets@Yankees.com today.
Get the scuttlebutt on your favorite team, the Fan, on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
BT and Sal back on the Fan. You know the music. Time for the Wendy's Yankees turning point of the game contest. Yankees with another one last night, so the dead heat with the Jays. Of course, Wendy's the official burger of the Yankees. First one to identify last night's turning point of the game. Give us a call at 866-540-WFAN. That's 866-540-9326. And we'll push it out to 2026. We'll give you a chance to win a pair of tickets to a 2026 regular season home game coming up next April. And it's all from your flagship station for Yankees baseball, the Fan. So, obviously, the Jaxson Dart stuff out at the shoot. 888-808-1019, BT and Sal. Obviously, the Orioles next, 3 to go. You got Warren tonight. You got Schlittler tomorrow. You got Heel on Sunday, 3:05 first pitch. And as the Giant stuff is hot, listen, I'm keeping an eye on this Ryder Cup. Europe is absolutely drilling us so far.
3-0 the good guys.
The good guys?
Yeah, isn't Rory on Team Europe?
He is.
I like Rory.
Yeah, I do too. I don't like him this weekend.
No, why not?
What you're rooting for Europe?
I like Italy. Is that not in Europe?
I love Italy. I love Ireland. It pumps through my blood. I love America more.
Okay,
we're getting our face knocked around, man. 3-0 is an ass kicking.
Who was actually the favorites? I have no idea. Like who's?
I didn't even. That's funny. I did not look at the betting odds. I know DeChambeau got us going, and he cranked the drive, and he started like he was the first one off. And we looked pretty good early, and then Team Europe just went on a birdie binge, and we were just making par. So we're down 3-0. That's a bad start.
Who's U.S. best player?
Scotty Scheffler.
Oh, Scotty Scheffler. Yeah, I like him.
Scheffler, he's awesome.
I like Scheffler.
Who else? DeChambeau's there. Morikawa's there. It's a good team.
I'm a Rory guy, so if I'm a Rory guy, wouldn't I want to see him?
You are such a contrarian.
Yeah, no,
he's rooting for Team Europe, this guy.
Well, I mean, what? In the WBC, I got to root for USA. What if I wanted to root for Mike Piazza and Team Italy?
I mean, I can see if you're Irish. I mean, Rory's Irish. He's not Italian.
You and I differ in that stuff, where, like you root for the guys that are from around here. I couldn't care less where Tommy DeVito or Anthony Volpe are from. Can you play or not? And the answer, unfortunately, for both those guys, the different levels, maybe not. Where's Jaxson Dart? Where's Jaxson Dart from? Does any Giant fan give a crap? No, let him see him go out there and spin it on Sunday. Patrick is calling from Melville. What's up, Patrick?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Hey, Pat.
So, I called on Monday, and I was like, it's Jaxson Dart time. And the reason why I was saying that is, like, it's not a question if he's ready or he's not ready. He just needs the experience. I am in no delusion that the Giants are all of a sudden going to go on a winning streak. They're probably going to finish 3-14, to be totally honest. But you just kind of want him to get his experience, get his NFL experience. So this way, hopefully next year we could have something. Now the problem is next year if we do 3-14 and we actually have the #1 pick in the draft, where it's supposed to be a quarterback-rich draft, what does the new regime want to do? So that's the club. So hopefully,
Good God.
hopefully we'll do some. I'm just saying, but hopefully we'll do some kind of magic, and hopefully he does do well. That won't happen. But I'm just saying that that's probably what's going to happen.
Look, the number one thing, and thank you for the call, Patrick, that you should be, well, not hoping for. Obviously, you want to see your team win and Jaxson Dart to have great success. But the number one priority for me would be that this is the proper foundation to bring him into so Dart can have success. It's not just about, getting him experience. Like, yeah, okay, experience. You'll eventually get experience. But would you rather him get experience getting beat up and losing and making mistakes because the team around him isn't any good? Or would you rather him get experience by being put in the right position to succeed? So that, to me, is the biggest issue with this entire thing. If you put a quarterback that has potential into the right spot, he will thrive. If you put a quarterback, BT, that has potential into the wrong spot, he will fail. We've seen that before.
You know, what's my favorite example? Who do I always reference?
With what?
Well, like a reclamation project quarterback. You know, I said it the other day, too.
Oh, yeah.
Rich Gannon, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm not going to go for Rich Gannon right now because that's too obvious here. But when you guys get a little bit of time, and just to back up what Sal just said, because I agree, and I'll just give you a quick thumbnail here. Look at Alex Smith. All right, Alex Smith was the first overall pick in 05 out of Utah. Now, he should have been the first overall pick, but he went to the Niners when they were basically, the Niners were like the Jets and the Giants are now. They were recycling coaches. They were an absolute train wreck. This is what he did his first couple of years. He goes 2-5.
He started right away?
Right. He's not in 7 games his first year.
Okay.
He goes 2-5, 7-9, 2-5. His fourth year, he didn't play one snap. He got hurt. Then he goes 5-5. Then he goes 3-7. So he doesn't win it all. 3 of those years, he's got a sub 60 completion percentage, and his interception to touchdown ratio was embarrassingly bad. I just say that because then Jim Harbaugh comes in. The first year at Harbaugh, 13-3.
I mean, that shows you all you need to know. It's a great example.
Then he goes to Andy Reid, and he wins 11 games 3 times in Kansas City. Why? Because they had the infrastructure.
And they built the infrastructure, let Alex Smith take him as far as they could, drafting Mahomes knowing that they needed more. And then what happens? They put Patrick Mahomes in the perfect situation. Tony Richardson was in studio with us yesterday, said that, and like this is a thought that a lot of people have had, but Richardson played at a high level in the NFL with many teams for years.
Stud.
Saying that he believes if Patrick Mahomes was drafted by the Jets or Giants or whatever, he wouldn't be what he is right now.
Yeah,
he has the skill and the talent. So do other guys who have been eaten up and chewed up and spit out in the NFL. Daniel Jones is a great example of it. Sam Darnold winning another game last night. Like, if you ask me about, we did have this conversation. Like, Sam Darnold stinks. Like, I just dismiss it because of how awful he was with the Jets. However, he's been very competent, if not flat out good, elsewhere in Minnesota and now with Seattle.
Think about this, Sal. What really gets us excited about quarterbacks, aside from like the possibilities of them elevating teams? To me, I guess I'll answer my own question. It's a size, strength, speed ratio. Are you big? Can you move? Do you have a rocket? And then to put it to the next level, can you make off-platform throws? Like, that's why the Jets fell in love. Not that Zach was huge, but he had a great arm. And that throw at the combine where he's basically running to his left and he threw it 63 yards on a clothesline. Well, and I took the bait too. Same with Darnold at his pro day when he was throwing in the rain at USC. I'm like, okay, he's got big hands. He can throw in the rain. He's going to fit in the Northeast. Look at these throws, the Orange Bowl. So we look at, are you big? Are you fast? Can you throw? And that's what we get locked in on. But it's the other stuff that really, truly matters more.
What would you say is the most important aspect of an NFL?
Reading a defense.
Oh, not from a quarterback.
Oh, I'm sorry.
From if you're looking to have the most sustained success possible, what's the most important piece for the NFL?
It's always the offensive line.
See, for me, it would be the head coach.
Well, okay, I was just thinking on the field.
Fair enough. Well, okay, so like we can talk about quarterback, you can talk about offensive line, whatever. It's the head coach that to me makes the biggest difference in whether it's developing quarterbacks, prioritizing building an offensive line, schematics, running the football, whatever it may be.
Accountability.
Did the Giants have that?
No.
No. At very best, it's still incomplete. At very best. But we can't say, okay, well, definitively they have Harbaugh or they have Andy Reid, or they have
Sean Payton, or Pete Carroll. I know the Raiders don't look great, but I got you. Yeah,
bingo.
Yeah.
Coaches who we
Tomlin, guys know how to win.
Right.
McDermott knows how to win.
Or even had the success at the highest levels. Kyle Shanahan wasn't a head coach, but he was an excellent offensive coordinator for years. Also, his father was a great head coach, whatever it may be. We don't know that. So with Daboll and the Giants, and that to me is maybe the biggest question mark. You're talking about, we get excited about Dart and his ability to run and throw and the moxie and the arrogance and all that stuff, the confidence. But really, what does it mean if you don't have the proper head coach to get the most out of him?
Not what we want it to mean.
Right.
But I'm going to challenge on this. You say we don't know yet about Daboll. I think we might. I mean,
we might.
How much more evidence do we need?
Yeah,
I mean, think about that. I'm not trying to be that, but...
Well, the needle is pointing to bad egg, Willy Wonka. The needle is pointing to bad egg, but it could be saved here if he makes the most out of Jaxson Dart. That is still possible. BT and Sal on the fan. More of your calls. We come back, 888-808-1019. We'll do our pick segment, Perfect Parlay pick segment, week 4 in the NFL. Nick Costos will join us later on as well. Plenty to get to. And, of course, the baseball. The biggest weekend here for the Mets trying to stay alive for the playoffs, and the Yankees trying to snatch that division from the Blue Jays.
Congratulations to the New York Yankees on clinching a playoff spot.
The victory for the New York Yankees.
For the 60th time in their storied history, the Bronx Bombers will be playing for a championship.
These guys really believe they have something to prove.
They were one step away from their 28th World Series a year ago.
Los Angeles is the new champion.
Do they get it done this season?
I think the attitude is that these guys are hell-bent to win a title.
Catch every pitch.
Swing and a miss, he struck him out.
Every hit.
3-2 here to Judge. Here's the pitch. Here's the drive we were looking for. Deep to left. Way out of here.
He was ready for it.
Here on your home for New York Yankees baseball. 1019 FM WFAN. And always live on the free Odyssey app.
Hey, it's Tiki. Are you looking to enhance your home experience? Discover the new Sloman's Shield Link, the ultimate all-in-one ecosystem for integrating your smart devices with the Sloman's Shield. Sloman's Shield Link takes everyday routines and actions based on your preferences and connects other devices to react based on your actions. Imagine arriving at home at night and your lights, favorite music, and TV turn on as you enter your home. Whether you want your thermostats to turn down when you turn on your alarm or automatically lock your doors and ensure your security lighting is on. These scenarios are a reality with the Sloman's Shield Link integration platform. The Sloman's Shield Link is compatible with devices you already have in your home. Sloman's includes installation for all devices. Plus, they offer 24/7 support. Whether you need to troubleshoot a problem or want to add programming, you can call at any time. Embrace the future of home living by calling 1-800-ALARM-ME today or visit SlomanShieldLink.com to get the Sloman's Shield Link.
Mnexspike COVID-19 vaccine mRNA by Moderna has arrived. To learn more and find it near you, visit mnexspike.com. That's MNEXSPIKE.com.
The Mazda CX-30 is more than just a crossover. It's a statement. Step inside and enjoy a refined interior with available leather seating, a sleek 8.8-inch center display, and premium sound that turns every drive into a getaway. Feel confident with standard advanced safety features like Mazda Radar Cruise Control and Smart Brake Support. When on the road, the CX-30 Skyactiv G engine delivers responsive performance with impressive efficiency. Right now, lease the Mazda CX-30 for just $199 a month. Style, safety, and value all within reach. Visit your local Mazda dealer or go to MazdaUSA.com for more information.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Got internet? Cool. A $200 Verizon gift card for switching to our Fios 1 gig plan? Hot.
And here's a pro tip. Use it to pay your bill. It's like getting 2 months free. Plus, get a 5-year price guarantee. Hurry into your Verizon store today. Offer ends 10/8/25. Must install and maintain eligible FiOS service in good standing for 65 days and register gift card per offer terms. One offer per account. Price guarantee for new customers on select plans and excludes taxes and other charges. See store for additional terms and conditions.
We're always talking New York sports on The Fan.
Diving for that grounder got you grounded? We've got specialists for that. Layup, take you down? We've got specialists for that. With 45 Castle Connolly top doctors, Orland & Cohen specialists are considered among the best in the nation by their peers, which can mean a better outcome for you. From Staten Island to Southampton, our network is open 7 days a week, so you can feel better, faster. Visit OrlandCohen.com.
Count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Here we go!
This week, it's a must-see matchup as Lamar and the Ravens visit Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Oh my goodness!
Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today.
Kick off the new season in a Mercedes-Benz from Mercedes-Benz of Edison. Looking for an SUV with extra space and style? You'll find an impressive lineup of GLC, GLE, and GLS models in stock and ready for immediate delivery. Or take advantage of their exclusive loaner-to-owner program. Buy or lease a 2025 X-Loaner and enjoy the experience of a like-new Mercedes-Benz. Don't wait. Upgrade your drive this fall at Mercedes-Benz of Edison, the Tri-State's premier destination for luxury driving. It's officially Ryder Cup week, and our friends at Flag & Anthem have the best officially licensed gear. Join me at the official Ryder Cup watch party Friday at the Tap Room in Farmingdale, where Flag & Anthem will be giving away 2 tickets to Saturday's golf matches. Doors open at 11 a.m., so come stop by for a chance to go to the biggest event in golf.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the weather first, before wearing face paint to the game.
Bro, your Go Cats is dripping into your nachos.
Oh, and now paint is in my eyes.
Interception! Did you see that?
No! Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Huge savings on Dell AI PCs with Intel Core Ultra processors are here, and they're newly designed to help you do more faster. They can generate code, edit images, multitask without lag, draft emails, summarize documents, create live translations, and even extend your battery life. That's the power of Dell AI with Intel inside. Upgrade today by visiting Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
We're talking New York sports. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1, New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
WFAN Sports Flash.
And this report brought to you by Flag & Anthem. Real close for real life. Day 1 of the Ryder Cup at Bethpage Black, and so far a poor showing from the U.S. The team of Rory McIlroy and Tommy Fleetwood buried Harris English and Colin Morikawa 5-4. The team of John Rahm and Tyrrell Hatton beat Justin Thomas and Bryson DeChambeau 4-3. Oberg and Fitzpatrick over Scheffler and Henley 5-3. The one match that is still ongoing in the early session. The U.S. is winning. Xander Schauffele and Patrick Cantlay are one up on Victor Hovland and Robert McIntyre as they go to the 15th. The Mets beat the Cubs 8-5 last night. Francisco Lindor and Brett Beatty with home runs. So the Mets head to Miami with a 1-game lead on Cincinnati for that third wildcard spot in the National League. Here is Francisco Lindor, who knows need to play good baseball and win games this weekend.
You want to stay alive. And we're in a position right now where we control our own destiny. And we got to go take care of business. You know, the Marlins, they played us well. They've been playing well. And we know that. And they're a big league team, and we got to go out there and take care of business.
Brandon Sproat will get the start against Sandy Alcantara on Mets Odyssey Radio. The Reds play the Brewers this weekend. Meantime, the Yankees beat the White Sox 5-3. The Yankees will take on the Orioles starting tonight right here on the Fan at 7:05. Will Warren the start. They are currently, as far as record goes, tied with the Blue Jays for first place in the AL East. Toronto does hold the tiebreaker. The Blue Jays this weekend take on the Rays. Thursday Night Football, the Seahawks beat the Cardinals 23-20. This report brought to you by Moderna. It's currently 76 in Central Park, and that's what's happening. I'm Jerry Recco. Rocco on WFAN, now streaming our podcasts on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Catch all the play-by-play with Susan Waldman and Dave Sims, the home of Yankees radio, The Fan, on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn.
Cadillac, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Mets. What type of mood you trying to set here, Hoff, with that song?
I told you I didn't pick the song. I gave it to Dove.
Dove? What type of mood you trying to set here on the show?
I thought you could do baseball, so I thought the dream isn't over.
Okay.
That song's horrendous.
Actually, no, hold on a second. That's a song that Sal emailed me to put in rotation.
No, I didn't.
Yes, it is.
No chance. I like that song. I would never suggest playing that. We have a cross of communication here. What song did you?
Isn't that from like Party of Five or 902? I think it was
play it again.
Theme
Can
on
you
a
play?
show.
Can you play it again real quick? Because I do like the. You don't like the song at all?
Nah.
Hey now, hey now.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the chorus.
Yeah, it's a good
and I
song.
like cheesy song. I admit it. I just don't like this one.
But it's like, it doesn't fit the.
Yeah, if you're trying to make things, it's a good song. That's a man. Don't go that road, yeah.
That's also what type of movie I'm trying to say here.
Who sings this again? Do you know?
Yeah, I have no
Not
idea.
Tears for Fears.
But the
Crowded House.
The chorus is great. If you could get to the hook of that
Crowded
song.
House. Did you send him something else with the title "Don't Dream It's Over"? Or is it maybe that's what it is? Like maybe you're thinking like a hip hop song and he's thinking
Possibly, yeah. All right. Either way, the BT and Sal Show on the Fan is presented by your Tri-State Cadillac dealers. Cadillac, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Mets. I mean, I like the song. I just don't like that mood. All right. So Jaxson Dart Sunday. We'll get to the baseball coming up in a little bit. Obviously, the excitement around Jaxson Dart and the Giants seeing what they could do here. Does a win, BT, to you from the Giants? Let's say the unlikely scenario, Jaxson Dart lights it up, Giants are going nuts, Daboll outcoaches Harbaugh. Not sure that's going to happen, but let's just say that it does. Defense shows up and gets to Herbert. Do you think that the Giants' season can be back on as far as the wins, losses go?
Temporarily, because I think they probably win the next week, so they'd be 2 in a row, and then you get to 2 and 3. And at least that just gets us to a point where we can at least have a meaningful conversation.
Split with the Eagles, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I mean, those rivals, even bad Jets teams have beaten really good Bills teams over the years, and I mean, if you can win this game, number one, especially if Dart's in the middle of it. Then maybe the defense gets their act together and saying you start seeing more from Abdul Carr. And again, defense hasn't been bad, but I mean, you start seeing some disruptive, game-changing plays. Yeah, I think it would be a totally different feel for me. It would be exciting.
So then it's still there. So then it is possible. Now, at 0-3, it seems impossible to make the postseason. Forget about the Giants' history or Daboll or anything like that. If the pieces are in place on defense, and they are, and they've gotten healthier on the offensive line with Thomas, and they get better quarterback play, if they get better quarterback play with Dart, and they mess around and win this game, obviously this is the one they have to get. You can't go 0-4 and then just beat the Saints and then expect to pile up the wins. If they can steal one here against the Chargers at home, beat the Saints, which everybody would expect to do because the Saints are awful, yeah, I mean, maybe you can make a case for splitting with the Eagles, beating the Niners or Bears.
Beating the Commanders at home.
Yeah,
They're usually playing pretty tight.
Dallas later in the year as well.
At home.
You could start to think about maybe it does. And then if the Giants do finish strong and win, let's just say 6 games, then that does give you reason to hope and believe that, okay, well, Daboll went to his guy, developed his guy, the team started to show signs, winning some games here, and then you can be excited about next season.
I think you could even be excited about next season, even if you don't get some of the wins that we're talking about maybe as possible. Like if Dart plays well and the Giants lose some tight ones, but they still only get 4 wins because they're already 0-3. I still think there could be an element of positivity that can go into next year. But I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
You think about how we lump in both of these football teams, and we'll do the Jets very little today because they're playing on Monday. But even from their perspective, like if the Jets were to win Monday with the Dolphins, who are basically dead team walking, and then you got Dallas, who's a mess coming into MetLife the next weekend after that. Like it's not. It's not going to happen.
We could be looking at 2-2-3 teams.
It's not gonna. It's not gonna happen. But it's not
Jets and Giants
inconceivable.
2-3 each going into week 6.
To at least hope that maybe it could happen.
I mean, it could.
But you got to start this weekend.
But didn't we also say the same thing? Well, Jets, maybe they could beat the Steelers or beat the Bucs.
I said they were going to beat the Steelers.
Well, as I'm saying, and I thought they were going to beat the Bucs or the Giants. Wow, they could beat the Commanders, beat the Cowboys, maybe beat the Chiefs, and here we are yet. And both teams combine 0-6. It is possible. And the Jets got the Panthers after the Broncos with the Panthers.
Didn't the Panthers just win 30-zip? I'm worried about the Panthers.
Yeah, but they beat the crappy Falcons. You get the Bengals with no Joe Burrow, the Browns. I mean, maybe the Jets and Aaron Glenn could start dancing and piling some wins together here.
The Dolphins again at home at some point later in the season. There's definitely wins on the back end of the Jets. There's no on their schedule, no doubt.
BT and Sal, the Fan, 888-808-1019, the number to call. Trey is in Shirley, Connecticut. What's up, Trey? Trey? Okay, he's not there. Kyle is calling from West Orange, New Jersey. Kyle?
What's going on, guys? This is Kyle, bald and sexy. Listen, I'm going to give you guys some positivity here today, okay?
Yep.
Positivity. This kid coming from Ole Miss. He's played LSU. He's played Alabama, Georgia.
Yeah.
He's played in bona fide stadiums, 80,000 or plus. So that gives him the edge. I think Daboll also, who he's coached, like Hurts and Tua and somebody else, this is what he wants. This is what's going to make what's going to see whether he can do his job, continue with the Giants, or are they going to go ahead and go with some other coach? This is his last hurrah, or this is going to show what we can get out of Daboll, because now this is his guy. And I think it's a positive move. The Giants could have been 2-1 if Russell Wilson doesn't make those mistakes in both of those games against Kansas City and against the Cowboys. That's impressive.
Whoa. Russell Wilson did more than enough against the Cowboys to get the win. He's not the reason why they lost that game.
No, he's not the reason why they lost. I mean, they said maybe the wide receiver did a bad move or whatever.
Well, how was the defense?
He made his contact.
How was the defense, Kyle?
Well, the defense is young and everybody's up and growing, and I think that's what they want to know right now. You're not a Super Bowl team. You guys know that. Giants on a Super Bowl team.
I'm not asking for a Super Bowl.
Stallion.
I'm asking for a win.
All right, or even a win. But right now, but the alternative is go to the playoffs, back to the Super Bowl, and that's where you got to head into. And I think with Dart, they got a good stand. They got a good chance to see what you got.
Yeah.
To see is he the future or is he the blooper? Are we going to keep him for next year? What are we going to do with this guy?
Of course you're going to keep him for the quarterback.
Sorry, Kyle. Thank you for the
call. Of course
call.
you're going to keep the quarterback no matter what next year.
I mean, come on. That's what I mean. This is not just about seeing what I'm trying to get the message through. Clearly, it's not landing here. This is bigger than just one singular player, even if it is the potential future franchise quarterback that's exciting the fan base with Jaxson Dart. It's about everything else. It's not just, let's see if Jaxson Dart's good or not. We just went down this road with Daniel Jones for years. How many years was it the same conversation? Whether you think he's good, whether you didn't think he was good, it was always, the offensive line, the defense, the coaching. All those things are still a big question as it pertains to the New York Giants. It's not just, Dart either has it or he doesn't. He could have it, but nobody else around him might not be the answer.
Yeah, and I think, unlike, say, maybe basketball where you have a young star player, and I'm not even saying Dart's going to be that, but just in general, where you can almost elevate like an average coach just based on your greatness. If you don't have the components around you, even if you're an incredibly talented quarterback, if the other things aren't lined up, you're just not going to elevate it too much. You're just not. But his point, one thing real quick about the SEC, right? Yeah. So I really think that this is really favorable for Dart. So first of all, the atmospheres, everybody knows this, the atmospheres in the SEC are absolutely ridiculous. Like, we think that the Jets when they're good or the Giants when they're good, like it's intense. It's times 5 down there in some of these crazy hotbeds down south. But what I really like specific to Dart, we've seen a lot of quarterbacks over the years, right, that went to Alabama or Georgia or these other teams that just have so much more talent than all the other teams in the country, and they put up these, from a quarterback perspective, they put up these gaudy numbers, they go 12-0, they win the championship, but the quarterback, again, wins because they just have more players around them. He didn't go to Bama with Saban. He didn't go to Georgia. Now, Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin's got NFL pedigree, and they had some pros on that team, and they were good. But the disparity of talent wasn't like it was for some of these all-time programs. So not only has he played in hostile venues, but he's also, more times than not, stepped on the field as an Ole Miss Rebel without the superior talented team, and he still did really well. That's a good thing to me.
Gio is calling from Howell, New Jersey. What's up, Gio?
What's good, man?
Yo.
Let me get you off the speaker. What's good, man? Hello.
What's up, Gio? Go ahead.
What's good, fellas? I'll tell you what, man. I'm excited to see Dart play because I've been a believer in Daboll. Now, granted, what's happening is happening, but I've always been the guy that's like he needs his own QB. Now, this is the time to show for it. So I think every Giant fan should be patient because I think every Giant fan requested that throughout his tenure. But with that, I just get nervous with two things. One, the offensive line play, because it's not been good. I don't want to get my young guy beat up and end up like a guy like Joe Burrow who can't even stay on the field for a season no more, as great as he is. And two, my other concern is Kafka calling the plays. I feel more comfortable with Daboll calling plays because inside the 10-yard line, Kafka just can't figure out how to punch the ball in the end zone. He's throwing balls to the left tackle. All these trick plays that we don't need.
Commanders.
We got the talent. We don't need the trick plays. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I don't think we're a playoff team. I just want to see competitive football, and I think that's where Daboll can save his job. Just be competitive, stay in these games, stop getting blown out, and let's get back to some Giants football, man. Some competitive. Win a game in the NFC East first, man. Please.
Yeah, really. Thank you, Gio, for the call. Good stuff right there. All right, win a game within the division, for goodness sake. Shouldn't be that hard. Oh, my God. Bad teams by accident find ways to win a game. And maybe Jaxson Dart and the Giants can do that now with Daboll. I'm with him, though, in that whether it's the offensive line, whether it's his disappointing defense, the play calling, and maybe that'll be the next step here where Daboll will retake the play calling if things don't go his way sooner than later. Like, I would give Kafka a week. And if it doesn't look good with Jaxson Dart, then if I'm Daboll, all right, I'm calling the plays now. Step aside yet again.
But he's really grabbing every card now, right?
Well,
what else could you do here? I would.
Yeah.
If you're going to go down with the ship, you're going down with your plays as well. No question.
No, WFAN NFL football is powered by Verizon. Get to your local Verizon store today. Mickey the Gravedigger giving us a go. Mickey, dude, where have you been?
Yo, what's up, fellas? How's it going? I got a new job. Shout out to Silk City Fire. I just got a new job. I'm a metal fabricator now, so I can't really call during the week, but I have off this week, so I was able to call in.
Last we heard from you, I wasn't sure what happened. I thought maybe we lost you.
No, we're good, man. I know. I'm doing really well, man.
I'm happy to hear that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Everything's good with you guys?
Yeah, same stuff, whatever.
Yeah, great. I was calling in. You guys know I'm a diehard Jet fan, and I'm also an Alabama fan. And like BT was saying before, this kid played for Ole Miss. He didn't play for one of these powerhouses, and he had the best QB rating in all of the SEC in his senior year, and he went 28-10. And with Ole Miss, and that's a big thing. And if Daboll can turn Josh Allen, and Josh Allen didn't start, he started his second game going in, and he had a 6-10 record. And if Daboll can get this kid to go and get get some wins, get some fire under the whole team, and have just put fire in the defense, put fire in the offense, and protect this kid. I mean, they could do something. The Giants has a big legacy, and Eli, when he came in week 11, I mean, he was terrible. And he only won, I think he won one game.
But the legacy, Mickey, means nothing, right?
I know it doesn't mean nothing, and that's not what it is. What it is now is it's a new start. Football is now, the season starts this week with Jaxson Dart and how it is. And, there's no turning back. And, Giants fans can't get down, and they can't, if he starts playing crappy, they can't, just give up. They need to give this kid a chance. And they need to give him, some breathing room and not expect him to come out and just throw the million balls down the field and win. And just win one game, one play.
And now you sound like a head coach, Mickey. I mean, come on. That's what Mickey, you sound great. And I know he's a big Jets fan here. You were saying the same thing about Zach Wilson and Sam Darnold.
Yeah, and I was. But you know what? The Jets are the Jets, man. It's just with the, and let me get a little bit about the Jets. We shouldn't, as Jets fans too, this is our first year, and we need to give everybody a chance. And we know Fields is not it, right? But last week, man, we got away from our running game. And, what were we doing trying to do all these passing plays, all these play actions? We needed to ground and pound and then, and then throw the ball when we needed to. We got totally out of our game. And
but Mickey, hold on a second. Now, I thought that they were fairly creative as they started. They did come out throwing, you're right. But part of the reason is the Jets have one wide receiver who opponents fear. I mean, their receiving list is awful. So they're just daring teams. All right, hey, listen, we're going to make you throw. We stacked the box. That's why they didn't run to start against Tampa. That's
you
the
got
reason.
that right. But and also is that you're right. That's all we have. The only person we have is Wilson. And how do you expect us to win one? How do you expect us to win games when we have one wide receiver? We need to open up. We need to get back like a homegrown, like a Contrary.
So Mickey, no more
like
grave
that.
digging for you now?
No. I work. Shout out to Silk City Fire.
All right,
my boss Jay.
so you're in the area still?
I'm in Patterson. I work out of Patterson. They're big Giant fans. Jay and Adrian.
What went? Like, I know you were going through some serious health things, and I was trying to be there for you a little bit. We would talk.
Yeah,
but
I remember that.
Everything is good, dude.
But then I didn't hear from you, and I was thinking the worst. I was like, God, I haven't heard from Mickey for years.
Yeah, and I got a great girlfriend. I emailed you.
You get married?
I hope so, dude.
Oh, no, dude.
Hey, Sal's going to set up the bachelor party for you. Make sure he's involved, okay?
You guys can come. You guys can come. I emailed you, Sal.
You sound great. You seem happy. Do yourself a favor. Just tread lightly with the marriage stuff, all right?
Yeah, she's a good girl. I'm getting over there. I'm 36 now. I'm getting up there. I got to start settling down, dude.
Well, God bless you, Mickey.
Yo, and Sal, check your email, dude. I emailed you.
All right, we'll do. Thanks. Good to hear from you.
Wow. Not to sound morbid, but you thought he passed away, didn't you?
Yes,
right?
I did.
I know. I remember you telling me what he was going through, and I met him.
He used to call the overnights, and then I'm pretty sure he called us when we first started together.
He definitely did.
And it was bad. I remember talking to him, for a little bit on the way home, trying to uplift his spirits.
We met him at DJ's. He came out to see us the first year.
Yeah,
he was out there.
I did a Knicks watch party with the overnight, and he came out. Like Loogie was there, and Zoo was there, and he was just not in the best of health. Was going through some really serious things.
Yeah.
And I thought we lost him.
I know. That's awesome.
Sometimes I get the emails and I'm like, oh, is this spam? Or I didn't know what was going on. But yeah, he sounds great.
He does.
Good for Mickey. Back from the grave. All right, BT and Sal.
I was going to get married.
But Mickey, that's a grave you don't want to dig.
They'll dig it. They'll dig it for you. He doesn't have to dig it. They bring the shovel to the altar.
Come on, Mickey.
Mickey, if she's the right one, man, you go for it,
God
buddy. Just make sure you get some licks in before you get married.
We're both going to be in trouble. I know my wife's been listening to the show lately. By the way, I do have to take the L on this. I did email Dove about that song. I said, quote, there was Beasties in there.
There you go.
Young Hearts, Commuter, No Easy Way Out, Rob Tepper.
Oh, yeah, I love No Easy Way Out.
And then I had Don't Dream, It's Over Now, Crowded House. I must have...
it's Crowded House.
I
That's
don't even know who that is. Like, I must have heard it and be like, oh, I like this song.
Crowded House?
Now. Like, the chorus. If you get the chorus to it, that's what... Like... Yeah, I guess I never heard of Crowded House. But the chorus to that song hits me in a spot where I was like, all right, we can play that. I think. Do we have the chorus up? Can you get that? And then, so you just, like, all these songs, a certain part in the song. It's not just the beginning of the song.
Did you tell Dove what part to play?
Well, obviously.
If you left it up to him, you're not going to get the right part.
He didn't care about that. I mean, he just said, okay, here's the song, let's play it. Not looking for the best part of the song. The beginning, that's it. All right, BT and Sal, all the Fan Warrior calls. We come back, 888-808-1019.
All right, we will get those calls as you said. Hey, ready to fire up the Saturday FanDuel account? Well, why not? You got a little boost here that you don't want to miss. It's called Boosting with the Boys, and it's giving everybody a college football profit boost every single week. So here's how it's going to go. All right, each week they give everybody a profit boost to use on college football. No opt-in gymnastics, no invite-only nonsense. Everybody gets the boost. We're talking real games, real teams, real Saturdays with an extra payout on the line. It's easy, it's fun, and it's only on FanDuel. So if you are a member of FanDuel, go and check it out. If not, you got to sign up, jump in, have a little fun. FanDuel.com/BT to download the app. It's simple to navigate. I mean, it really is easy to use. You want to find something, they got it for you. And check out the Boostin' with the Boys offer and get in on the action. We love the app around here. It is safe and secure. And when you win, you get paid right away. FanDuel's the official partner of us here at WFAN, 21 plus and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. And for help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Here's the drive to right center field. He is going to do it. Giddy up, baby.
The Yankees and Orioles wrap up the 2025 regular season with a weekend series in the Bronx, starting tonight at 7 o'clock. Driven by Jeep.
Goodbye. Home run for the captain.
Join Susan Waldman and Dave Sims for all the play-by-play on the home of Yankees baseball. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Hey, New Yorkers, fast, reliable internet can be yours when you switch to Fios. For a limited time, combine Fios home internet and one line of mobile for just $69.99 a month. Get unlimited welcome for $50 a month with autopay plus taxes and fees when you bring your phone. And add Fios 300 megabytes per second for $19.99 a month with autopay, mobile plus discount, and bonus discount. Visit your tri-state area Verizon store today to get this limited time offer and switch to our reliable 100% fiber optic 5G network. Fios, for eligible new Fios internet and mobile customers. Both the $15 monthly discounts for Fios and Bring Your Phone applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. $99 Fios setup charge applies. For unlimited welcome, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic in times of congestion. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
It's the road ahead, brought to you by our local Kia dealers. Visit kia.com to discover a movement that inspires. The team from the Bronx finishes up its regular season against Baltimore before embarking on the postseason in search for their 28th championship.
Tomorrow night, live on NBC and Peacock, the Oregon Ducks take on the Penn State Nittany Lions with a massive play. It's the Whiteout in Happy Valley under the lights in prime time. This house is rocking. Don't miss Big Ten Saturday night, tomorrow 7 Eastern, live on NBC and Peacock. Here comes Saturday night.
Too many tools, too much stress, and way too many bills.
Odoo replaces it all. One connected platform for every part of your business, so you can work faster, smarter, and for less. Odoo, the only software you'll ever need. Try it free today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Hey, it's Gio from Boomer and Gio. Join me this Friday to watch all the Ryder Cup action at the Tap Room in Farmingdale. I'll be down there at 1 p.m. and I have some Ryder Cup tickets to give away. Thanks to our friends at Flag and Anthem. Plus, there's great drink specials and golf simulators so you can get into the swing of it. I'll be at the Tap Room in Farmingdale, but there's 8 other locations on Long Island, and they're all celebrating the Ryder Cup with viewing parties, giveaways, and more. Tap Room is where locals go for craft beer, real food, and the best sports atmosphere. Cheer on the USA in the Ryder Cup and find your nearest location at taproomofny.com.
Talk New York sports on The Fan.
Hey, I'm John Gallucci Jr., president and CEO of JAG Physical Therapy and an avid pickleball player just like you. I'm so excited to share that I've written my 4th book, Pickleball, 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 Don't Get Hurt. JAG Physical Therapy and myself have treated many athletes throughout our careers. Each chapter gives you an opportunity to read about different injuries that you're exposed to in pickleball. Pickleball, 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 Don't Get Hurt is a book that's written for beginners all the way up to professionals. It discusses the demands of the sport and how to prepare to play, prevent overuse injuries, proper nutrition and hydration, how to prepare with biomechanical movements and core strengthening, how to recover after participation to keep pain out of your joints and muscles. And of course, if you do get injured, please seek out one of our professionals at JAG Physical Therapy. This book is your essential guide to staying strong, playing smart, and avoiding injury. Grab your copy of Pickleball, 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 Don't Get Hurt today on Amazon. And let's keep you playing and pain-free.
Regular cancer screenings could save your life. New York Presbyterian offers a full range of cancer screenings, including lung, breast, prostate, and more. Learn more at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing, New York Presbyterian.
When your reputation's on the line, you don't leave anything to chance, especially your primer. Painter's Trust kills primers for a smooth start, strong adhesion, and serious stain-blocking power. And now, the full Kills lineup is available exclusively at the Home Depot. Need it fast? Get same-day or next-day delivery, or order online and pick up in-store. Kills primers. Pro results faster. The Home Depot. If you're a pro, you know.
4 distinct all-electric Cadillacs. Some drive them for performance. Others drive them for the range. And some drive them because it's the only way to make an entrance. 3 different ways to turn every drive into an occasion. Whatever your reason, there's never been a better time to say, let's take the Cadillac. The all-electric Cadillac family of vehicles. Escalade IQ, Vistic, Optic, and Lyric. Visit your Tri-State Cadillac dealer today.
Dunkin's $6 meal deal is kind of wild. You get a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, 6-piece hash browns, and a medium iced or hot coffee, all for $6. That's the main character meal energy you need this fall. Get it now in Dunkin' stores or order ahead on the Dunkin' app. No substitutions, participation and times may vary. Offer price varies in California and Hawaii. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
Talk New York sports here. The Fan.
Yeah, people get to say
then what happens?
Well, you're commiserating with your friends and hanging out, just thinking about life, and knocking a couple back. Yeah,
what bar's that?
Yeah, whatever. Could be anywhere.
Could be a little closing time. That's how you end the bar.
Yeah, all right. I mean, similar vein. No,
I want to know what you were doing at that exact moment when you decided to type those.
I don't
words.
know.
That is an interesting submission.
I must have been in my feels somehow. Hearing that song, like, man, I like this song. It was a popular song.
How many tears did you have dripping down your face?
Yeah, you probably. It was another day of doing battle with BT. We're on wind after the show during the early days.
Yeah, exactly. We got both decompress. You listen to that. I go home. I listen to Olivia Newton-John on the way home, so we can both do because we're yelling at each other for 4 hours. Let me get some soft music.
All right, let's talk about something uplifting here. How about the Mets last night, BT?
You got to be pumped.
Oh no!
Come on, you stink.
No, look, they had to win last night.
No kidding, and they did.
Barely.
I told you they were going to win 2 out of 3 in Chicago.
Barely.
And they did.
All right, and now they're going to have to win 2 out of 3 in Miami.
And they will.
Who's pitching?
I don't know.
I mean, literally, we don't know.
Well,
Brandon Sproat's going to start
tonight, and it's going to have to be Holmes and Manaea. You can't put Peterson out there.
Well, he's going to be pitching some of the innings.
I would start Holmes Saturday.
Oh, yeah, Holmes is not any good. Peterson's not any good. Manaea's not any good.
Holmes is better than Manaea and Peterson right now. Holmes is better than those guys.
Oh, fair enough.
He should pitch Saturday.
Yeah, he'll give you a solid, 4 1/3, 2 runs allowed?
Yeah, he'll give you a solid 17 minutes.
Dude, I mean, that's my point. So they won last night. Great. They had to. And the Diamondbacks got beaten to a pulp by the Dodgers. Unfortunately, the Reds were able to hold on.
Did you see the way the Reds won?
I was watching that live, actually.
Dude, what a play.
Yeah, I know. I saw it live. I was like, oh, my God.
I think he's a converted third baseman, too. They said he never played the outfield before that.
It was an incredible catch. Soto would probably make that play as well.
Yeah, bounce off his head like Canseco.
So, no, they had to win last night. Good for them. The offense did their job. Yep. They did take 2 out of 3 in Chicago. But that game last night wasn't the problem. They had McClain on the mound, and even though he wasn't terrific, he got the job done. Offense did their job. It was the right lineup, the right defense. Beatty playing defense at third base.
Yes.
The outfield defense, whatever. So they did. By the way, the Cubs' outfield defense was terrific. That's an outfield defense that you want. Guys diving all over the place, robbing hits left and right. Guy in left, PCA, whatever it may be. Anyway, Mets did their job. They had their high-end bullpen relievers ready to go, and they needed all of them. Got the job done. Rogers, Raley, Diaz, okay, perfect. Now what? This was the problem. This was when I looked at the schedule saying, man, I don't think the Mets have enough. It wasn't, well, can they not win the game that McClain starts? It wasn't that. It was the rest of it. How the hell is this team going to manage these final 3 games in Miami? Mets haven't been on the road. Miami has been hot. Alcantara tonight. Sproat's the only guy that gives you a chance, and even he hasn't been. He's not like McClain. Mm-hmm. And even McClain, again, 2 of 5 runs last night. Well, it's not like he gave you 8 shutout last night. And then what? They have the bullpen's depleted. They have no good on. Like, there's nowhere to turn. They got 3 games.
Keep hitting. You got to hit.
Is it going to be enough? You think they take 2 out of 3 against the Marlins?
I think they make the playoffs. I do. I told you that. I thought they'd win 2 out of 3 against Chicago. Now, for whatever reason, I'm a little less confident that they get 2 this weekend.
All right, so say they get 1.
And then obviously you have to have some things break your way. That goes without saying.
The Reds would have to lose 2 out of 3 in that scenario.
Correct.
And the Diamondbacks would have to...
Get swept?
No, just not sweep. Because the Diamondbacks right now...
Not sweep, that's what I mean. Not sweep,
They're back by 2 games.
Correct, that's what I meant.
So if the Diamondbacks swept and the Mets went 1 and 2, they would catch the Mets.
They would catch them.
And by the way, the Padres have nothing to play for. Schlitt said it yesterday on some podcast that basically they're going to rest their guys up. I don't know if they're going to be literally sitting out, but they're focused on, as they should be.
Well, same with the Brewers,
wild
right?
card series.
Brewers don't have a whole lot going on.
Brewers, I think they need to win one more game to clinch home field throughout.
Okay, and if they get that, and this is the age-old question, like what responsibility do you have to the rest of the league? The integrity? My answer has been none. I got responsibility to the 25 guys in the locker room.
That's a you problem.
Yeah, that's you. That's not me to figure out. You didn't win enough games up until this point. You figure it out. Right. I'll tell you what, though. I think you're selling McClain short. I from last night. I know he gave up some. That young man is filthy.
Yeah,
and I got to tell you, he threw some back foot curveballs that are absolutely untouchable. And were they saying this during the game? I don't think it was Ronnie. I think it was Zeal in the post game where his curveball is thrown so hard, right, that the first 30, 40 feet of the presentation, it looks like a fastball. So the hitters really can't, because the spin is so tight because he doesn't take a lot off of it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, based with the aerodynamics and the physics, like there's like how he manipulates the seams is very interesting. I got to learn more about it. His curveball is freakishly good.
Yeah, I mean, 11 strikeouts in 5 1/3 is lights out. Great. And, he started to get a little bit tired. I'm just saying he's a rookie pitcher who's not going to have the full tank to go pedal to the metal the way a true ace would, but he's their ace, and he went 5 1/3 and allowed 5 runs. Like, that's just...
I think a sub-2 ERA, right? What's his ERA, 2?
It's now over 2.
206?
Yeah, all right, but my point is 5 1/3, 5 runs... No, I'm not knocking McClain.
No, I know you're not. I know you're not. I'm just talking about like his stuff,
Yeah.
And really quick because Zeal, it was Zeal, because then Zeal said this, and I don't know why. Maybe because they were playing Chicago. Well, I'm sure that had something to do with it. But the way his ball was moving, and you guys, especially to the lefties, again, that back foot curve, that's just no one's touching that. He's really good. And I'm saying to myself during the game, I'm like, wow, it kind of looks a little bit like Kerry Wood. I swear to God. And then on the postgame show, when Gary and Todd are talking, Todd even said, I don't know, maybe because they're playing the Cubs, he goes, but that curve reminds me of Kerry Wood when he first came up. Now, hopefully he has more lasting power than Kerry Wood and whatever, but yeah, I mean, he did enough last night. Did you know, and I'm going to come clean, I did not. When Lindor got thrown out at home on the play in the stands, I didn't know that was an automatic base. Did you know that?
No, I did not either. After the fact, I was like, because when I saw it, I was like, wait, why'd they just allow him? He was out. Why'd they allow him to score? And then I saw it, I was like, oh yeah, now that it makes sense. When you're at a play, you get the extra base.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Gary knew it.
It's definitely happened before. When a guy goes out of play, you can't. You get the extra base. You have to field the ball in play, in the field of play.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I really did not. Like I thought if you could just recover.
I feel like that's come up before.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
So you said like the Jeter play, for example, because he caught the ball in play and then went out of bounds. That's okay.
Were there base runners on at that particular point?
No, but he made the catch anyway.
Well, it was the third out though.
Yeah, okay. So that's what I'm saying. So it didn't matter. So we're talking about if the ball leaves. So even that play, it wasn't highlighted because that was a third out.
Yeah, correct.
Even if there were runners on. But that was not a big deal then because of that reason, not because he went into the stands. Because if you go into the stands, it's an extra base.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
So, but if you catch the ball, say with 1 foot on the dirt track and the body's in the stands, is it the same thing? Rather than just diving and being fully immersed in the stands.
I think if he kept a foot in, let's say 1 foot in,
then he's in play.
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay,
I believe so.
I learned something. I did not know that.
Either way, Mets get it. I mean, they had to win that game last night. They did. Now let's see if they can finish it up. BT Sal on the fan. I have my doubts still. And by the way, even if they do, like let's say they do get into the postseason, they're facing the Dodgers and.
Well, that's different. Just enjoy the weekend.
There's nothing to enjoy. There's nothing to enjoy. This was not supposed to happen. And I know we could have that conversation on Monday, like, overall, if the Mets don't make it, okay, if they do make it, then when they do get beat by the Dodgers, like, they've been so bad for so long, and even down this stretch just with no pitching, how could you not think the Dodgers are going to murder them in the first 2 games?
No, I wouldn't give the Mets much of a chance there. I would say that the Dodgers would win, probably sweep them. I'm with you, but... You never know. I mean, that's the easy answer. I know you know that. But listen, if you told any Mets fan before the start of the season, oh, yeah, by the way, you're going to have 3 Mets go for 30 home runs, which has never happened simultaneously in the same season. I mean, and they basically all bat in succession in the batting order. And if Nimmo has a crazy weekend, he would be the fourth.
He's had a career year offensively.
I mean, think about this, though. Lindor, 30. Soto, obviously, way over 30. Pete, way over 30. If I told you that in March.
How many does Nimmo have right now?
25 or 26, I think, off the top of my head.
You might be right.
I might be 26.
I think 25. You're right.
Okay. The one the other night, the 3-run shot to tie it at 6, I think was 25. So if I said that to anybody in February or March, you'd be like, yeah, there's no, the Mets probably win the division. If they don't win the division, they're probably the first wild card. The fact that they haven't been around as long as some of these other teams, but been around since the early 60s. Gary, Keith, and Darryl didn't do it. David Wright and others did. They got 3 guys who banged 30 home runs, and they're still hoping to win 80-something games. It's crazy.
Sports Talk on WFAN is presented by Paramount Plus. Sylvester Stallone is back in the original hit series Tulsa King. This season, Dwight faces his most dangerous adversaries yet, forcing him to fight for everything he's built and to protect his empire. Stream the new season of Tulsa King now, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
All right, our transportation, water, and energy infrastructure is critical, but did you know those projects are built by the local 825 operating engineers and their contractors? They built MetLife Stadium, and even the one before that. That's why their advocacy organization, ELEC, the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, fights for those priorities every day. That's ELEC, representing the hardworking men and women who build New York and New Jersey.
It's Keith McPherson at night on the Fan, 101.9 FM.
Wins. That's the only thing people care about around here. All that other stuff is nonsense. All that other stuff, miss me with it. All that other stuff is talk that goes in one ear and out the other. Until we see a winning product on the field, we don't believe it.
Stream Keith McPherson live or on demand with the Odyssey app and podcast the show wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Maggie Gray with an Odyssey Sports Minute. The Ravens boast the NFL's top-scoring offense, but a struggling defense and costly turnovers have them at 1-2. Injuries to key defenders and a lack of takeaways haven't helped. But after a tough showdown in Kansas City this Sunday, the schedule lightens up. And with the chaos in the AFC North, Baltimore still has a clear path to rebound from whatever happens in Week 4. I'm Maggie Gray.
Lowe's knows that free makes everything better. That's why our rewards members get free standard shipping on the things they need and want, starting at Silver Key status every day. Savings for rewards members add up fast, so why wait? Join for free today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/shipping terms. Subject to change.
You could think you found your dream home online, but here's the twist. The lot next door just got rezoned for years of construction. Work with the expertise and ethical training of a Realtor, here to guide and help protect you from the surprises you didn't see coming. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors, right by you.
So, your small business is outgrowing your garage. You could go online, find a space, and get catfished. Or you could work with an agent who's a realtor, here to guide and help protect you from the surprises you didn't see coming. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors, right by you.
Today, we're constantly taking photos and videos to remember our favorite moments. But what about those captured before the smartphone? What about the memories tucked away on aging VHS tapes, film reels, or in fading photos?
These cherished memories are fading away with time, vulnerable to threats like heat, moisture, and mold. But fear not, there's a solution to safeguard your legacy. Hi, I'm Adam.
And I'm Nick. Together we founded Legacy Box over a decade ago with one mission, to bring your memories into the 21st century.
It's time to bid farewell to old tapes you can't watch and faded photos. Legacy Box transforms them into digital treasures, ready to share with a click.
Just like magic, your shoebox of memories is now safely stored in the cloud or on a thumb drive.
Over 1 million families have trusted Legacy Box, so you can rest assured your priceless moments are in good hands.
Don't let your childhood fade away on old tapes. It's time to digitize those priceless moments.
Fast forward into the digital age. Visit legacybox.com/value and unlock 50% off your order. That's legacybox.com/value.
Clouds and sun, high 81.
Weather brought to you by Robert Half. Our recruiters' expertise and award-winning AI will find you the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today.
Looking for Michelin tires at the guaranteed lowest price? Get to Town Fair Tire. Michelin's innovative technologies are designed for durability and performance over any of the toughest road conditions, so you can trust you're getting the highest quality tires. And Town Fair's been a name you can trust since 1967. Now with over 120 locations and still growing. Because nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
This sandwich, it's a complete game changer.
Hello, this is Mike, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Pretzel Cheddar Club is that juicy chicken with that toasty pretzel bun. That bun, it's crispy, cozy, just amazing. With the pretzel bun, the Dijon mustard, and the chicken, it makes that sweet, savory kind of combination. It's everything that you love about food rolled into one. It looks phenomenal. It tastes great. It's delicious.
Order the Pretzel Cheddar Club with Cherry Berry and Sprite for a limited time on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonial.
Your cold is coming. Your cold is coming. When you feel a cold coming, shorten it with Zicam, the #1 cold shortening brand.
Oh, no, not before my big trip.
The big trip you've been planning is coming up, and so is your cold. But Zicam can shorten your cold and get you back to planning sooner.
Thanks, Revere.
We really should keep Zicam in the house.
Shorten your cold with Zicam.
Take it from America's most revered messenger. Shorten your cold at the first sign with cold shortening products from Zicam, the #1 cold shortening brand. Available in stores or see where to buy at Zicam.com.
Get ready for more BT and Sal on the Fan.
Fall is in the air, and that means spectacular savings at Open Road Mazda of Morristown and Open Road Mazda of East Brunswick. Lease the versatile 2025 Mazda CX-5 all-wheel drive for only $239 per month for 36 months. Or choose the rugged 2025 Mazda CX-50 all-wheel drive for just $249 per month for 36 months. Prices are falling at Open Road Mazda of Morristown and Open Road Mazda of East Brunswick. Visit us today for exceptional seasonal offers. Click shop, we deliver. OpenRoadMazda.com. Must finance through Mazda Financial Services. See dealer for complete details.
Tron Ares has arrived.
Hostiles. Repeat, we have hostiles. Mayday.
Oh my God, there's hundreds of them. On October 10th, we came here from the digital world. The war for our world begins.
What in God's name is that?
In IMAX.
This is the end for this world.
No, it's not. But I can help you. Tron Ares, rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13. Only in theaters October 10th. Get tickets now.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more, do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart, you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more, do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more, do. Hey! Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, imported by William Grant & Sons.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn.
The pictures I saw, James Vanderbeek's message to everybody.
He couldn't make it. Are you familiar with this at all? I didn't really watch the show.
I didn't get into it. I just missed it by a couple of years.
Although I loved Katie Holmes. Like back then, Katie Holmes was...
Until she got with Tom Cruise. And
whatever. Weird. I mean, I'm still... She was in Batman, though, years later. After that, she was great.
She always had like a sore on her lip. It was just kind of...
Really?
Yeah.
I never noticed that.
Katie Holmes?
Yeah,
sure?
Yeah, I'm positive. Either way,
I got to do some research now.
So, but
research, stay away.
Dawson, whatever, couldn't make it. James Vanderbeek, right? He couldn't make it because
he was a star, right?
Yeah, he's very sick. He has like colon cancer.
I saw that.
Dude, and
I did see
now
that.
My issue is that, and God bless him, and he seems to be doing okay, but I guess not okay enough to where he could attend it. But then I start reading about it, and I'm like, man, because I've been a little backed up here lately. I'll just be honest with you.
Okay.
Like I'm changing my diet, I'm trying to lose some weight, and then I'm eating protein bars, and then I read about him saying like, hey, don't ignore these warning signs, and now I start to think like, maybe I got to go get checked. Yeah, dude, he's a young guy.
He is pretty young.
And
he's what was he, 30, 40? 35,
I'm
40?
not sure. He's got to be in his 40s.
48.
Oh, is that? Wow. Dude, he's basically our age. Not that young.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Well, more closer to me. But yes, he's...
You just turned 46 the other day, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm 4 years older than him.
So, but they say you got to go for a colonoscopy after 45?
They moved it up. I think it used to be 45 or 50. They moved it up to 40 a couple of years ago.
See, that's what I'm saying, and I've never gone before.
Oh, I want. Yeah, no, you got to go.
And being that I'm having some issues a little bit.
Go for it.
I know, but like...
No buts. Just go. Nobody wants to hear it. Just go, dude.
I know, but I've been worried about this. And I started reading this article yesterday during the show. I didn't tell you. I don't want to bring it up to anybody, but it took me out of it a little bit. If you guys listen and you notice, maybe I was out of it for a segment or two. I was kind of like, I may have some issues here. I will admit, I'm a little bit of a hypochondriac. But
you get that from your mom, don't you? My mom's a little bit like that. My mom worries about a lot, and I get that a little bit, but just listen.
It's like everywhere you turn, you read something bad, you see something bad.
That's true.
Hey, if you or a loved one has this or that, and I'm like, and people around me, unfortunately, dropping like flies. Like, it's life. It happens, but now,
think about when we were young, like watching an NFL game, they would have these commercials for like medicine, whether it's heart, blood pressure. You didn't even pay attention. Now you're like, might be on that in a couple of years. I know. As long as we don't need the blue pill.
Another uplifting
no
segment on
problem
BT and Sal. Hey, before we get to the phones here, I don't know if you noticed this the other night. I had it on my list to bring up, and I forgot to yesterday. Coney during the Yankee game. So this was not last night, 2 nights ago.
Okay.
They started talking about something. I don't know how they. Oh no, I do know how they get on it. It was the ESPN game when Coney was doing the game with the Mets. Mm-hmm. And Nimmo was using the sledgehammer in the on-deck circle.
Yeah, I've seen him do it, yeah.
And Cohen started talking about how, oh, yeah, it reminds me of, like, was it Rocky 3 or Rocky 4 when Rocky was training in Russia? He didn't know.
Oh, you can't mess up the ride. That's a layup right there.
I'll give Coney a pass if he got, like, let's say Rocky 2 and 3 confused, even though...
No, that's not even... No, Mr. T, everybody knows Rocky, Hulk, Thunder Lips. Come on.
But don't you think it's more excusable to maybe confuse Rocky 2 or 3? Like, to me...
No, I don't.
There is no confusing Rocky 4. Like, Rocky 4 was a standalone. It is very clear. Yeah. Rocky, Drago. Like,
Apollo dies.
I've never met anybody in my life that has ever said, oh... was that Rocky 3 or Rocky 4 where Rocky went to Russia? Like,
and if that is said, we don't have a lot in common. I'm not going to stick around much longer for the conversation. You have to know the answer to that.
Your boy Coney got David Cohn.
Coney, yeah. Well,
he got confused. I thought you were boys with Coney.
Well, I saw him at a barbecue a couple. I like him. I know him a little bit. I love Coney. Coney's great.
Have we? Huff, maybe you get him on to clear this up here.
Like, how do you want me to text him and berate him?
Yes, I do. Well, I have his text, I think, too. Maybe Huff can start again. I just really want to know how anybody could go through life having seen the Rockies, but confusing Rocky 4 with any other Rocky.
I'm going to give you a theory. Maybe he's not a simpleton like you. Maybe he likes to go to museums and
don't reference
he likes to read literature.
Yeah,
maybe, maybe he likes other things. I don't know.
I mean, do I need to bring up some of the David Cohn stuff? David Cohn going to museums?
You can still have eclectic interest and do some of those things in a bullpen.
I mean, come on. He messed that up. I was shocked.
That's a bad miss.
Of all the broadcasters in this town, and I know it was a national game, ESPN, but Coney might be the last that I would think would get Rocky wrong.
Let's go through it. Hold on a sec. Keith, I could see Keith messing that up for sure. I could see Gary Cohen having no clue. I could see Ron Darling having more of a clue, but not necessarily nailing that. I would think that Paul O'Neill would nail that because he's a workout freak. He's of the age. I think O'Neill would be able to spit out very quickly and differentiate between the Rockies. I would have also said, to your point, that Coney would have been very high on that list. So, I mean, I'm a little disappointed, but the guy was also working. Maybe his brain got confused for it. It happens.
Frank is calling from Staten Island. What's up, Frank?
Keith, I can see Keith messing
Frank?
Sure.
Frankie.
Yeah,
turn the radio down.
Yeah.
Frank.
What's up?
Turn
the radio.
I just wanted to say to Sal, I've had about a dozen colonoscopies since I was 40.
A dozen? What, do you like them?
And? Okay, and unfortunately, well, thank you, Frank, for letting all of us know.
Did you survive the 12 colonoscopies?
What was
he survive the phone call? What are you
talking about? What was the point?
12 of them,
you have any insight into what he was actually going to say?
He just wanted to rip you and tell you to have you call your father-in-law like you did when you needed to fix a spare tire.
Oh, no, I called Jerry.
Didn't you call your wife to fix the tire?
Yeah, well, no, Jerry, and then, yes, I had to call my wife. My father-in-law has unfortunately passed away, so, I mean...
That wouldn't work.
Yeah,
Did he get a colonoscopy?
That wouldn't work. No, not from that. No, but, yeah, I called my wife. That was one of the days I had to film on the morning show years ago. Flat tire on the LIE at 4:30 in the morning. I called my pregnant wife. You got to come drop the car off, sit here with this one, and wait until they come get it.
She's probably saying, what a winner I married.
Her and my mother.
I got the golden ticket.
Side of the LIE and pitch black. Out 4:30 in the morning. I got to go. I'm sorry. They're waiting.
How many months pregnant? Like not deep into it.
Definitely showing. No. It was.
Well, listen, I do appreciate the hustle because this was how many years ago? So Sammy's
2021. This was probably February of 2021.
You're doing overnights at this point. You're clawing your way back into the mainstream.
I think I was still part-time. Yes, I was still part-time overnight.
I respect the hustle.
Yeah.
Listen, you get a chance to jump in on the morning show. You got to do what you got to do.
I don't care. Like this guy, I got to get there. This car, I don't care about. Somebody's got to sit with the car, and I got to get the hell out of here. So they had to come bring me another car, which I could use, and then they had to sit there and wait on the side.
I'm just wondering why he's had 12 colonoscopies. Now, if God forbid, if he had colon cancer,
well, if you do have the history of it,
then you're going to go every year. So I'm going to assume that's it. But if there is no history,
2 years,
or no detection. That's a lot of colonoscopies.
Yeah. I mean, look, I may have to go, and then you're going to have to host one of these shows by yourself in the coming weeks. Like, that's the other thing. I can't really take off. It's football season, it's baseball playoffs. Like, colonoscopy might have to wait.
Well, the worst is, too, you're going to be stuck in traffic. You got to drink that stuff. Like, that's, you know how it works.
I know, but I would be
here,
looking forward for an evacuation myself. Richard's calling from Mount Vernon. What's up, Richard?
Yes, BT.
Yeah.
BT, you got to take an L. Because you say hold on. You say you're a Yankee fan. But you say you never saw a play like that before when the guy fell in the stand.
Okay.
Watch the first game of the World Series last year. It happened in the 9th inning.
Yeah, when the two guys got booted from the stadium forever.
No, I'm not talking. The first game of the World Series, when Verdugo fell in the stand, they moved the runners up.
Yeah,
I don't move them up.
I don't remember that one off the top of my head, Richard,
Yeah.
and thank you for the call. But it has happened plenty of times before where I remember either the ball going to the dugout, whatever it may be, and they get an extra base if the ball goes out of play. So that has been a thing for a while. I mean, I can't reference the ones that I remember off the top of my head, but either way.
I remember the Verdugo. I don't remember anything other than Verdugo doing that. And until he brought it up, I actually had forgotten about Verdugo.
You know what I remember from the World Series from last year? I remember Freddie Freeman off of Cortez.
Okay,
and
of course
obviously
you do.
I remember the Cole,
to play with Jazz and Volpe at shortstop.
Yeah, the 5th inning there. I mean, that's
not
those
covering the base, and Rizzo in space,
I'm just saying,
and Judge with the pop up.
Those
What
are the
else
two
you
things
remember?
that stand out. You remember the Volpe Grand Slam? In my mind,
that was awesome.
The Freeman
That was
Cortez, I remember, and then I remember the 5th inning. BT and Sal on the Fan. We'll reset down with the king topic of the day when we come back. It is Jaxson Dart and the New York Giants and the excitement around that. We'll have Nick Costos coming up at 12:40. Get you set for Week 4 slate in the NFL. We'll have a perfect parlay pick segment coming up at 1 o'clock. So plenty more to do. 888-808-1019.
As a competitor, you want to play on the biggest stages in front of the best and most passionate fans.
Jaxson Dart has just trotted onto the field.
The Jaxson Dart era starts Sunday.
Pistol set with Dart and Scadaboo.
As the Giants take on Justin Herbert and the 3-0 Chargers at 1 p.m.
Dart pumps his right leg, takes the snap. Handoff Scadaboo. Up the middle he goes. Scadaboo to the 10. Scadaboo to the 5. Scadaboo reaching for the goal line, and he's down at the 1.
With help from fellow rookie Cam Scadaboo and the dynamic Malik Neighbors, the young QB will look to lead Big Blue to their first win of the season in front of the hometown faithful.
Into the end zone, standing up, and the Giants are back in front.
Don't miss a second of the action here on your home for New York Giants football. WFAN 1019 FM and always live on the free Odyssey app.
It's the most exciting time of the year. Postseason baseball in the Bronx. 2025 postseason tickets are on sale now, and this is your chance to be a part of the postseason excitement at Yankee Stadium. Hurry up and visit Yankees.com/postseason so you can have the chance to lock in the best seating locations. Again, log on to Yankees.com/postseason or call 212-YANKEES to learn more about all the ways you can be at Yankee Stadium for some postseason baseball. That's Yankees.com/postseason.
At Bellavia Chevrolet, we know a strong season starts with the right lineup. Just minutes from MetLife Stadium, we've got East Rutherford's top GM vehicles like Silverado, Tahoe, Trailblazer, and so many more. Family owned, trusted for decades, Bellavia Chevrolet is built for whatever the road or Sunday throws your way. Whether you're hauling gear, heading to the game, or just need something that moves like a winner, Bellavia Chevrolet in East Rutherford has you covered. Bellavia Chevrolet, big trucks, big SUVs in East Rutherford or BelaviaChevy.com.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Also that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Town Fair Tire, Connecticut's largest discount tire dealer. Because we give you the guaranteed lowest price and we honor every manufacturer's rebate. We even honor all our competitors' rebates. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody!
Town Fair Tire! Did you know you can get more with New York Lottery Plus? You pulling my leg? No, seriously. Just enter scratch off and draw game tickets and get more points. Pulling a fast one? No. And you can put your points towards chances to win gift cards, cash prizes, and more.
Is this a stunt?
No, you even get points for playing new games.
You're pulling my chain, aren't you?
No.
Pulling my finger?
What? No. Man, put that thing away.
Sorry.
Introducing New York Lottery Plus. Download the app, sign up, get more. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
When it comes to restoring cars, Diego's got skills. And with Total Wireless in his corner, the whole world sees them. With the dual camera system on his new iPhone 13, he can take amazing car photos and post them on the fly with super fast 5G, and even turn this hobby into a full-time gig. His claim to fame? Claiming iPhone 13 with 5G on us. Get iPhone 13 with 5G on us when you switch to the Total 5G or 5G Plus Unlimited 3-month plan. Total Wireless, in your corner. For limited time while supplies last. Valid in store. Device taxes and fees may apply. Requires port in and ID verification. Restrictions apply.
Nassau County Executive Bruce Blakeman invites you to celebrate the Ryder Cup coming to Nassau County. Thursday, September 25th, kick off the festivities with a concert and fireworks at Eisenhower Park. Friday to Sunday, watch all the action on the giant screen with games, food, and Ryder Cup ticket giveaways from 12 to 6 each day at Field 6. Friday night, don't miss world-renowned EDM DJ Steve Aoki at 8 p.m. Free admission and parking. Join us for Ryder Cup weekend at Eisenhower Park.
Together, let's drive at Paramus Chevrolet for $387 a month and $2104 due at delivery. Lease a brand new Silverado 1500 LT with 4-wheel drive for 36 months. Buying? Enjoy 0.0% APR financing for well-qualified buyers. Visit ParamusChevrolet.com today.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
When your name's on the paint job, your primer better hold up. Painters trust Kills primers for serious adhesion, stain blocking, and a finish that lasts. Now, the full Kills lineup is available exclusively at the Home Depot. Need it fast? Get same-day or next-day delivery, or order online and pick it up in-store. Kills primers. Pro results faster. The Home Depot. If you're a pro, you know.
Jets football once again returns to MetLife Stadium. See your New York Jets face off against the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday, October 5th at 1 p.m., presented by Atlantic Health System. Play action, bootleg out to the right, Justin Fields, and he will trot into the end zone with a misdirection touchdown. Get your seats now at nyjets.com/tickets. Once again, that's nyjets.com/tickets.
Get the latest on the Giants and Jets on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1, New York, and Odyssey Sports Station. WFAN Sports Flash.
Good afternoon at 12 o'clock. I'm Andrew Bogish. This Sports Flash is sponsored by Audi of Manhattan, where luxury meets excellence. At Audi Manhattan, experience best-in-class service in the heart of New York. Visit the Audi flagship store today, conveniently located on 55th and 11th. Audi Manhattan, where luxury meets excellence. The U.S. just salvaged the fourth and final foursome of the opening session of the Ryder Cup at Bethpage. Patrick Cantlay and Xander Schauffele winning the final 2 holes to knock off Robert McIntyre and Victor Hovland, but only after squandering a 3-up lead. The other 3 matches were not close, including Scottie Scheffler and Russell Henley losing 5 and 3 to Ludwig Åberg and Matt Fitzpatrick. The afternoon session starts in roughly 25
Come on, boys,
minutes.
let's go.
Not only do the Yankees and Blue Jays share the AL East lead right now, they share the best record in the league altogether. The Bombers hosting the Orioles for the final weekend of the regular season. Will Warren throws tonight's first pitch at 7:05 here on the Fan. Brandon Sproat has the ball for the Mets in Miami. That's a 7:10 first pitch on Odyssey Mets Radio. Fan weather is sponsored by Approved Oil. Visit freeztherate.com. Approved Oil has been the leading heating oil dealer in New York for over 90 years. With today's low rates, now is the time to lock in for this upcoming winter before the cold weather drives prices up. Lock in a low rate and enjoy a worry-free winter with Approved Oil. Visit freeztherate.com. It's 74 degrees and mostly sunny in Central Park, and that's what's happening. Sports Flashes, top of every hour. I'm Andrew Bowden.
Get the scuttlebutt on your favorite team, the Fan, on the Odyssey iHeart.
Moncada back on the Fan on this Friday now afternoon. We are down with the king topic of the day, and it is, BT, the excitement surrounding Jaxson Dart. We've been waiting a long time for a future franchise quarterback after watching Daniel Jones year after year after year fail to be that. Hey, we didn't have to wait long this year after the Giants drafted Jaxson Dart this offseason, 3 weeks in. As we head, look ahead of this Week 4 game now, it's going to be Jaxson Dart under center, and I understand the excitement. My only concern is not about how Dart's going to play. It's about, is this the right time with the proper pieces around him? Are the Giants putting Dart in a position to succeed right out of the gate? And I'm not so sure that's the case.
I would agree with that, which is why I wouldn't do it yet. But here we are, and now we get to see what it's all about. I mean, listen, you think about one of the more depressing, from a sports fan's perspective, is like when you watch a guy get run out there and you just know that he's not the guy. And you know it fairly early, but because he was drafted very, very early and the organization gave him a lot of money and obviously draft equity, high first round, they're going to run him out there. But we knew this kind of with Darnold here and all the other quarterbacks that have failed here. But that's the worst. The opposite is when you get a guy and it's just laden with hope and possibility. And that sometimes leads to an all-time guy. Now, we have had very few of them at the quarterback position with both of these teams ever. So the odds wouldn't say that he's the guy, but, like that all-time figure. But you never know. And it's really fun to sit down and watch the early stages of hopefully what is the renaissance of the New York Football Giants.
Well, the last time we saw it work in this town was with Eli Manning. So we're going back, not to go all the way back to that, but that's a long time ago, obviously, with Eli Manning. And there have been many quarterbacks, mostly for the Jets, but many that have just not worked out. So this is New York. It's also a different animal. And when you put him in, Eli was not put into the same situation that Jaxson Dart's going to be put in here. Jaxson Dart is going to be looked at as the savior by many, looking to be the savior for a franchise that can't get out of its own way for the last decade. So that, to me, is already an issue. You got a lame duck head coach. That is an issue. You have an offense that hasn't been able to move the ball consistently, regardless of who the quarterback or running backs have been. The offensive line that is in question. You have a defense that has not lived up to the hype. A team that is winless. Like, there are a lot of question marks around Jaxson Dart as opposed to, well, the defense looks pretty good. Well, at least they have a couple of wins on the board. All right, well, at least the offense was moving the ball. They could run it a little bit. Maybe could just use that next level talent that Jaxson Dart possesses to get them over the hump. Head coach has established himself in a winning culture. Like, all of those things.
X's.
Yeah. None of those things are in place.
Yeah.
Which leads me to, well, then, outside of his talent and attitude alone, which we've seen other quarterbacks possess, why would we think that this is going to be any different from what we've seen years past?
I don't know that you think that it will be. That's why I use the word hope. It's not rooted in conviction. It's rooted in possibility. And just giving the young man a chance to show us what he's got and keep an open mind and react to the good and be measured when he invariably trips over himself, which he will, possibly as early as Sunday, because it's the hardest thing to do, play quarterback in the NFL. I think one of the other big differences here, too, Sal, is that when Eli took over in 2004, the Giants, even though the year before that they were really bad, they had a 4-win season, but before that they won 10 times. A couple of years before that they were in the Super Bowl. There was much of the 12-win team, obviously Tiki and Kerry and those guys. So there was a track record, a much more recent track record of success, more of a roadmap where the frustrations weren't as built into the fan base. The building had a different energy because they were in the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. So not only does he not have the O-line or the coach or the play call, the other things you just mentioned, even just the consistency and the viability of the franchise right now is not even there. At least Eli had that.
Not to mention an established head coach in Tom Coughlin. Not a Super Bowl winning head coach, but he was an established head coach and a team that had built that foundation. You talked about before the 5-4 record. Like, it wasn't too early in the season. It wasn't like they couldn't get any wins on the board. It was more about, okay, we think this is the right time to do this, and here is our future, and the future is now, as opposed to, I'm firing my last salvo to save my job, or he's going to be the savior because we don't have a win. We need to get a win, like change the energy. It's a different motive behind the decision, whatever that reason or whoever made the decision as well.
It's the exact opposite.
Yeah, right.
I mean, really. So I think the game's changed a lot where even though it's only 21 years ago, I think there's enough things where they can put Dart in a situation where I just think he's going to probably, I think he's going to look better than Eli. I mean, now Eli didn't look good at all, for a while. And we had a lot of conversations. You know, you were at the Fan, you were working with Mike and Chris, and I was at another station. And I remember saying for a couple of years, and I wasn't alone. I'm like, I don't know if this guy's good. I don't know if he's going to win a Super Bowl with Eli Manning. Eli Manning was very skittish. And for me, the game that changed my perception, and Giant fans will remember this for sure, was when he had his first 300-yard game. It was either a Sunday or a Monday night, but it was a night game, I think Sunday. And he went into the old Qualcomm, San Diego, to play the Chargers. And that was the team that obviously he forced to trade from. And the fan base was rabid. Like, they were hunting Eli that night. The venom was palpable. And he went for $3 when $3 meant a little bit more back then. So I just think that, and his numbers the first game were horrible. He had a couple of picks, 17 for 37, 160 yards. I just think that the passing concepts, the little swing passes, the RPOs, I just think statistically, I think Dart's going to look a lot better, a lot quicker than Eli did.
WFAN NFL Football is powered by Verizon. Get to your local Verizon store today. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Carl is calling from Pine Bush. What's up, Carl?
Ciao, BT. I love the show.
Thank you.
Guys,
Thanks.
I don't know why they're putting Dart in. Everything you just said, what's the why, what they're putting him in for? The guy, Russell Wilson, threw for almost 500 yards, and they lost the game. They don't have an O-line. They don't have a defensive line. They don't have a secondary.
What do you mean they don't have a defensive line? They got a D-line.
Oh, come on. What, are you kidding? They scored how many points on these guys?
Well, maybe if Dexter Lawrence starts waking up and earning his money, they'll have a real defensive line.
That's the point. If they wake up, nobody has shown anything. This kid is going to be ruined by the end of the second or third game that he's in.
No.
What do you mean no? How do you feel? Why are they putting him in?
Because they think he's the best option, and maybe also to save his own job.
Well, the answer is we don't know because the head coach didn't definitively say why. It's a very simple question. I think it's a fair question. We don't know really why. You could assume why. You could guess. But I think there are many reasons. It's not just because he's the future and we believe he gives us the best chance to win now and we're willing to take some lumps, but we believe it's the right time. That you can argue that it might not be by many reasons.
Yeah, but you guys were talking about when Eli came in. Kurt Warner was doing good, and he lost a couple of games. Then they put Eli in. This team stinks.
Yeah.
The only thing that saves the Giants is that the Mets are holding on, the Yankees are in it, and so it's not a big deal. Wait till baseball's over.
Oh, no, it's a big deal.
Both teams
It's
are
a big
going to be
deal.
like 0-16 in another couple of weeks.
Yeah, but Carl, we're used to that. At least with Jaxson Dart, and thank you for the call. At least with Jaxson Dart, not only does it bring hope, BT, to use your word before, I'm not getting caught up in that, but that's a part of why there's excitement. To me, a big difference is that it's just not the same thing. Like, pounding our head against the wall, hoping that Daniel Jones was going to be any different year after year after year. Like, that to me just got old real quick. Really, the last 2 years, they should have just moved on and let him go have success somewhere else. Clearly, it wasn't working here. So that went on for far too long. So at least it's not the same old story. Unfortunately, there is real reason to believe that it might be the same result with a different quarterback. And that's to our call's last point where you can't point to anything and say, well, this is solid, this is set, we have the right head coach, we have a good offensive line, we run the football, we could score some points, we have a good defense. Like, that's not there. Could it change after 3 weeks? I mean, I guess anything's possible, but it's not just 3 weeks. It's 3 years with Brian Daboll.
Yeah, but I'm not so sure that we should just say that they should have moved on from Daniel Jones 2 years ago. I think the better way to say it is that they should have gotten their act together 2 years ago and put some better around Daniel Jones. Now, what does that mean today? Nothing, but I'm just reacting to you bringing up Daniel Jones' name. Like,
well, I would have moved on from 2 years ago. Yeah.
I remember you saying that. So I got you.
Yeah.
But, like, think about this. Look at how he looks with the Colts and look at how he looked with Saquon in the first year. Like, at least if there's a basic level of functionality around him, he's proven that he's at least pretty good.
Yeah, but he didn't prove that in New York, and that's my point.
But the first year he did. He ran for 15, threw 15 touchdowns. And he had 8 touchdowns. They won a road play.
It could also just be getting out of New York, though, that is benefit. Like, it can't just be, well, Daniel Jones was supposed to be great, and he didn't have the right coaches and couldn't get done here. And look what Indianapolis did. Yeah, maybe that's a part of it. He also could not play well in New York. Like, that was a thing.
See, but I don't know that.
Dude, what do you mean?
I don't know that.
How many more years do you need to see it?
No. I know he did well, but again, I'm playing the semantics here, and I'm not even trying to. I'm not saying that he played well in New York. I'm not saying that. And I don't know for sure if he would have thrived in New York if he had a better situation. All I'm saying is there's evidence, whether it's him or the Alex Smith or the Gannon or the Baker or the Darnold or the Geno, there's a lot of examples where if you at least take a guy out of a bad situation and he goes to one that's better, then sometimes it wasn't that the guy wasn't good enough or couldn't handle the market. It's that the team found him. And I feel now Jones is not a superstar, never would have been, and he never will be. But I think that Daniel Jones was failed more by the Giants than he failed the Giants.
Right, but once that failure happens, I don't care whose fault it is, that's it. Cut bait.
Yeah, that's a different conversation. I probably agree with that
That's why I said I would have got rid of him 2 years ago. I mean, I think you could make your decision on Daniel Jones, right or wrong. I would have made it 2 years ago. I don't need to see more of this. I would have done it before. When Shane and Daboll came in, to me, it was get rid of Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley. Enough. That's the prior regime. Start fresh. They didn't do it. They won. We know the history. And here we are finally in year 4 now of Shane and Daboll starting fresh. Year 4, week 4, starting fresh finally with a rookie quarterback. While the rookie quarterback's going to go out there and see what he could do, it's also with Brian Daboll now being a lame duck head coach. You know that that's the case. Like, no matter what, that is the case.
It definitely lame duck. Listen, here's one thing I hope doesn't happen, and I really believe that the Giant fans, that their intentions and their motivations will be good. I know that they're not going to be predisposed to jump on the kid. Giant fans right now are saying, I'm going to be patient. And I believe that they want to be patient, and they will be patient. But here's the problem. They could be patient and with the new quarterback and remain very impatient with the play calling or the overall situation, and it could still sound in the stadium like they're being impatient with the new quarterback. Think about this. If they have a drive, like say if they 3rd and 4 and they run a draw that goes nowhere or whatever, like they did with Russ the other night from inside the 4, inside the 5, like the Giant fans are going to boo, and they're going to boo vociferously. So it will be hard to distinguish, is it like, well, it's because Jaxson Dart's not playing well or because they're pissed off and angry at Kafka. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just hope that they're...
I don't think it's going to be because Jaxson Dart.
I just hope they're fair to him, and I think that they will be.
100%.
But I hope that they're fair for the whole year.
Yeah, they'll be, I think, beyond that. I
hope so.
They were cheering Daniel Jones basically for the first 5-6 years, even without anything. Philip is calling from Brooklyn. What's up, Philip?
Hey, guys, thanks for taking my call. I called you guys right before the season started and said I think Jaxson Dart should start and that I thought Daboll would lose the locker room if they went 0-4 into that Saints game. I think they should have started him. Well, let me go past that because that's done. He's starting. I'm happy. Growing pains, I expect that. But the excitement is there. Now, I believe the play calling the playbook will open up because there was only so much that you could do with Russell Wilson. So I believe the playbook now will definitely open up. Some of the routes the receivers were running, it was like very generic. It was, no crossing routes like, OBJ and that kind of thing. But yeah, look, Josh Allen went 5-7. Bo Nix, they went 10-6 his first year. C.J. Stroud, Houston went 10-7 after being 3-13. Yep. Jaden Daniels, they were 4-13. They went 12-5. I have hope.
Nice.
That's what I'm leaning on.
You should.
It looks like it. It looks like now whether it will pan out. Even Josh Allen at 5-7. I know a lot of people that didn't like Josh Allen. He could run, he could throw it, but the interceptions. Things sometimes take time to develop, but the kid is going to be in there and play, and I just wish they had come out of preseason with that enthusiasm into week 1.
Philip, great stuff right there and referencing all those other quarterbacks. What about the team around him? That's my question. It's not about Jaxson Dart.
Okay.
There's going to be learning lumps, fumbles, or interceptions.
Yeah. Check this out. Yeah. How long are you going to wait to try to build around him? Look, the Giants haven't had a whole lot of success drafting offensive linemen the past few years. Now I know Daboll and Shane. Look, they're going to have to keep.
Do you think, Philip? Here's the bottom line. Do you think that there's enough of a structure and foundation around Jaxson Dart that he could come in and have success with?
Yes, and the reason why I say that because if they change the coach but don't change the GM. We're just doing the same thing we've been doing for years.
But they
bring in a new coach, and then to bring in a new coach and a new GM, would be ridiculous.
But they might do that, and thank you for the call. Good stuff there. That's why, I need a reason why. If you're going to tell me, yes, you do believe that there's a foundation put in place that Jaxson Dart can have success in, why is that the case? Okay, I mean, for me, it would start with, well, they have a number one receiver in Malik Neighbors. They have a legitimate weapon. Number two, they do have a defense with some promise. I would push back and say, well, they had those things, and they're still 0-3. The biggest of all that, okay, you could say the offensive line is better than it was with Daniel Jones. Okay, well, they didn't have one with Daniel Jones, so maybe it's a little bit better, but it's still not a great offensive line. Show me where it's been a great offensive line. It has not. And then the biggest of all that is the head coach, where you yourself, Philip, just basically said he's a lame duck, where there's still a chance that either both guys could be gone or Daboll could be gone and Shane stays. Like, that to me is not a recipe for success for a young quarterback.
Okay, but here's what I think. I think that there's enough of a foundation where they could at least get a read if they absolutely made the wrong move. Meaning, he's got just enough, whether it's Neighbors, whether it's Andrew Thomas, whether it's, I think, a run game that will get better, whether it's Runyon, whether it's Wan'Dale Robinson, whether it's Theo Johnson. It's not good, but it's not so deficient where he won't be able to do anything. Because Russell Wilson just put up almost 50 points. So I think that you'll be able to get on the most rudimentary level, and you need this year, at least the answer to, did we whiff on the pick? I think that we'll get that answer, and I think the answer will be absolutely no, they did not whiff.
Lawrence is in Oklahoma City. What's up, Lawrence?
Hey, I'm one of the guys that actually contributed a little bit of money into getting those planes to fly over MetLife.
Did you really?
Sunday.
How much?
Yeah.
How much?
Yeah, only like $50, man. It wasn't. I didn't like.
Well, how many people did it?
Oh, hundreds, a couple hundred people. It was like $2,500 to get the plane to
That's
do it.
Huh?
So.
I might have to do something for the Jets if they don't wake up.
And what's it going to say?
So that's something that is it's out on Instagram. I think it says like clean house. If you go, you can find the guy's profile. It's like a Jack.
All right, so do you think that's a good idea? Lauren, you're a Giants fan. You think that's a good idea on Jaxson Dart's debut?
The plan for this was before we knew he was going to debut, and it is what it is when you've been it's not even bad. The Giants are septic. This is exactly what you deserve.
Why don't you change the message? Like, let's go Dart, or thank you for. Yeah.
The message is accurate. It's like the clean house because we have an inept regime. There's been no accountability, and we're beyond bad. We're an embarrassment.
Well, when did you pay for this, Lawrence? When did you commit to this?
So I go on to my phone a couple days ago, and I see it on Instagram on a Giants fan profile that had put it together, and I said, "Oh, it's a great opportunity for me because I'm in Oklahoma.
Yeah,
I can't really go there and be vocal. That's why I call you guys.
I got you.
The Giants.
No, you're a big Giants fan.
I would rather call and celebrate the Giants, right? Just so you know. But they suck. And I hope Jaxson Dart plays very well, and I think he's going to be successful.
Yep.
But the reason I'm calling is just to say to Giants fans and to Jaxson Dart, none of this hate and animosity is towards this young man.
Yeah, we know that.
We want to see him shine. We want to see him do well. But this is what happens when you bring in a rookie quarterback with a bad regime, and the fans already are not with the coach. Yeah, the coach can lose the locker room, but when the coach loses the fan base and in New York, you're as good as gone. I've never seen a coach come back from losing a fan base. I've never seen it.
Yeah, but you might see it this time because he's still here. And thank you for the call, Lawrence. And of course, we appreciate you listening and taking the time to call and your passion.
Yeah, he's a massive Giants. He's been calling for years. He's locked in out there.
The coach is here, and now he's going to the future franchise quarterback that everybody is excited about. Like, I haven't heard one bad thing about it. With Zach Wilson or Daniel Jones, there were question marks. You take a kid from Duke, 6 overall, or Zach Wilson, he didn't play any big-time football.
COVID,
maybe he's too arrogant. Whatever.
Didn't play many good teams.
There's a lot there. I have not heard or seen one negative thing from any. Now, it doesn't mean he's going to be a star.
Yeah.
But there's not one thought that Dart's going to be a total bust or that he's overmatched or that he won't be able to get it going. So what if he lives up to those expectations, even if he has some learning curve along the way, which you have to expect, then maybe it's not a head coach that's inept and done and can't recover. Because if he shows signs here, and if the Giants mess around and win a game or two, why would you want them to fire a thing that might be working with Daboll and Jaxson Dart?
You'd have to change your opinion, and if not, you're just close-minded and you're just being stubborn, and it's you almost to the detriment of your team here. But his ultimate point now, I'm just trying to think in real time, like how many coaches, all the teams, that have been here that got off to, even though his first year was really good, but where it got so negative like it is with Daboll now, when most people have been like, we're done with Daboll, where they were able to win back the belief of the fan base. I mean, I off the top, I can't think of anybody. Any Mets managers? Like, it was ugly for Art Howe pretty quick. That never got better. The Yankee managers, when they were bad, it never got better. The Jet coaches, it was bad. It never really got better. Ray Hanley was bad right away for the Giants. That never got better. I can't think of anybody. Rangers coach maybe that I'm missing, but Riley was great right away. Van Gundy was really good right away. The other guys stunk. I mean, when you usually bomb right away with our teams and the fans are like, psst, we're done with you, you almost never get that back, to his point.
Usually it's the guys will have immediate success and then they fail and then they're out of here and anything else.
Yeah, or they become legends.
Yeah. BT Sal on the Fan. The city's biggest indoor pickleball event is coming back October 10th and 11th, and it will sell out. Sign up for the fun or for the cash prizes. Go to 1010wins.com/pickleball for all the info. The pickleball tournament is presented by Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com.
Every Saturday at 8 a.m., it's Kickoff with Boomer and Mike Valenti, where the guys break down the biggest headlines and storylines from across the NFL.
I look forward to breaking down that game with you, but I know we do have some NFL news to get into and talk about.
Kickoff with Boomer and Valenti is brought to you by Nationwide. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always streaming on Odyssey, TuneIn, and the iHeartRadio app.
Ready to fire up your Saturdays? FanDuel's got a boost you don't want to miss. It's called Boostin' with the Boys, and it's giving everyone a college football profit boost every single week. So here's how it works. Each week, they're giving everyone a profit boost to use on college football. No opt-in gymnastics. No invite-only nonsense. Everyone gets the boost. We're talking real games, real teams, real Saturdays with an extra payout on the line. It's easy, it's fun, and it's only on FanDuel. Go to FanDuel.com/Evan, download the app, check out the Boostin' with the Boys offer, and get in on the action. We love the app around here. It's safe and secure, and when you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel Sportsbook, the official partner of WFAN. 21 and over, physically present in New York, opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
You matter, and so does your well-being. Call, text, or chat 988, New Jersey Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, for free 24/7 support with mental health, suicide, or substance use concerns for you or someone you love. A message from the New Jersey Department of Human Services.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Tulsa is my home now. Academy Award nominee Sylvester Stallone stars in the Paramount Plus original series, Tulsa King. This distillery is a very interesting business. We gotta know the enemy. From Taylor Sheridan, co-creator of Landman. What are you saying? I'm a rat! If you think you're gonna take me out, it's gonna be really difficult. Tulsa King. New season now streaming exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Things today can seem kind of unpredictable. Who knows what's around the corner, right? Well, at Total Wireless, we want to give you something to be sure about. With us, you save 50% off Metro and Cricket when you switch with one line. Guaranteed. And you get to keep the phone and number you love. Visit our Total Wireless store today. 50% savings for unlimited plans versus comparable Total Wireless unlimited phone plans based on standard plan rates. Some customers may only receive the guaranteed savings after contacting us and validating the current plan rate. Excludes promotional, discounted, and bring your phone rates. For total 5G unlimited plan or higher, auto pay required. Applied on next renewal date. Additional terms apply.
We've got more sports talk coming up on The Fan.
We could tell you what it's like to drive the Nissan Rogue and tell you all about its performance capabilities, like its VC turbo engine. It's I can go virtually anywhere type of freedom. Nice. But you don't have to take our word for it. Go drive it for yourself. You're up. Experience the power of the Nissan Rogue.
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Get 0% APR for 60 months on the 2025 Nissan Rogue, Pathfinder, or Murano. Visit your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. For well-qualified buyers, example, 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $1,667 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary. Subject to Nissan Motor Acceptance Company credit approval, not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends September 30th, 2025.
Hear ye, hear ye. Mega Millions is now up to $474 million. Buy your ticket today for the chance to transform your life. After all, anything can happen in Jersey.
eBay has reinvented vehicle buying. From click to curb, everything's covered. Ever try to buy a car online and end up in a parking lot with a stranger and some blind trust? That era is over. Now with Secure Purchase, eBay isn't just where you find your car. It's where you buy it, start to finish. Title, financing, registration, delivery, it's all built in. This is the modern way to buy your next ride on eBay. eBay, things people love. Secure Purchase is powered by Caramel Dealer Services, LLC, an eBay subsidiary.
If Old Spice Deep Sea Super Hydration Body Wash were music, what would it sound like? Start with the deep sounds of Old Spice's ocean waves and kelp. Layer on the smooth, renewing moisture. You wouldn't hear any parabens or phthalates because Old Spice Deep Sea hasn't got any. But you would hear that vitamin B3 for healthier looking skin. So while your regular body wash sounds like this, Old Spice sounds like this. Sounds like it smells amazing.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. This guy sitting next to me says, "You're our good luck charm." Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. Now his entire family wants to buy me Bud Lights. I think I'm some kind of a football prophet. Talk soon. The team needs me.
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Catch all the play-by-play with Susan Waldman and Dave Sims, the home of Yankees radio, The Fan, on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
BT Sal back on The Fan, 888-808-1019, the number to call. We're talking Jaxson Dart ahead of week one. Obviously a huge weekend as it pertains to both the baseball teams. The Yankees and Blue Jays both winning last night, so they will head into the final weekend tied up atop the AL East with the Blue Jays owning the tiebreaker. Blue Jays play the Rays, who can obviously be pesky and dangerous. Yankees playing the Orioles. I would fully expect the Yankees to sweep, and I think, BT, that's probably what it's going to take to get it done. And there is a huge difference here in the Yankees winning the AL East or just getting in the wild card. Obviously, you could get in, anything could happen, but man, what their path becomes so much easier if they could just win this division. I think the Yankees sweep, and I think Toronto loses at least one game to the Rays, and I think the Yankees will get in. I'm not so sure, though, if 2 out of 3 will get it done for the Yanks.
Yeah, I don't know if I love that math either here. I think you're asking a lot to think that the Yanks are going to sweep here. I know both of them. I just, only because of the pitching matchup. No Fried, no Rodon. And
Doesn't
Rodon,
matter. They want it, man.
I know, but, you know, I like Warren. Do I have great faith that he's going to be on point tonight? I mean, I'm a little worried. You know, love Schlittler, but he's still a kid, and Louis Seal's been walking a lot of guys. So,
they're going to have to hit their way to some of these wins.
Yeah, and they've shown the ability to do that. You know, last night they scored a bunch. I mean, I couldn't believe that Ben Rice actually scored from first base on the double by Stanton. That was really surprising in a good way. You know, but listen, even if they did have Fried and Rodon, there's no guarantee that those guys go out and throw gems. I mean, this is... You know, it's a lot. They played great baseball for a lot. I think they've got the best record since August 10th or 11th in Major League Baseball, something like that.
Yeah, since the day I went out there to say hello to Booney.
Look at you.
I reminded him of that yesterday.
Oh, you texted him?
I did. I said, go get that division. And by the way, best record in baseball since your pal Sal showed up to say hello.
Is that the day that he called me out for getting bounced from that Little League game? That's the same. Is that the same day, right? Is that the same day you told him?
Yeah, I did tell him about that.
You didn't. He didn't know. You told him.
I did tell him. Right.
And then he got kicked out the next night.
That day, yes, correct.
That day. That actually, it was that day. That's true. Well, I mean, listen, they're in a really good spot. If they would have made the Caballero trade maybe a little bit earlier in the season, maybe if they would have got McMahon a little bit earlier in the season, maybe they wouldn't be in this predicament here. But the Yankees have a championship look to them the last 5 weeks or so.
They've only taken 6 of the 10 games so far from Baltimore this season. I think they're sweeping. I really just feel that. I'm not going to go on and say that the Yankees are going to win the World Series, but I'm starting to get the feeling, and we talked about this actually in season when the Yankees were looking like a lost ball club. Like, wouldn't this be fitting that this would be the year that they get into the postseason and go on a run? If they win this division, and I still believe they're going to, I just think it's in Toronto's head. I think the Rays are more dangerous than the Orioles. I don't know how the Mets are going to get there. I would bet Yankees sweep, but even if they go 2-1, I still just feel like the Yankees are going to win the division. It changes everything. We talk about the energy with Jaxson Dart. Dude, Yanks win the division.
Yeah.
Not only from the fan base perspective or the media perspective, with the Yankees themselves.
Mm-hmm. It's a week to just chill.
Exactly, and set themselves up to go on a run. I think they want it. I think they're on a mission. I think they're going to come away with the win. And then I do think that their path becomes much easier in the playoffs. And I would not be shocked if the Yankees went on to win the World Series this year at all.
It wouldn't shock me at this point either. And I just didn't see that for most of the season. By the way, can I tell you this? I'm sure you saw this, but this is emblematic of everything because this is where we're going here. So next year, opening day, right? We'll be there, Lord willing, right? Yanks home opener. Actually, no, this is not the home opener. This is in San Francisco. Opening day, it is March 25th. And the Yankees will be on Amazon Prime. The only way that you can watch them is on Amazon Prime. Now, that doesn't impact me. I have it, and I'll watch it because it's opening day.
Right.
But if you're an older person...
I thought it was Netflix.
You're right. It is Netflix.
Yeah.
My bad.
They had plenty of games on Prime.
But that's where I messed up. It is Netflix. Yeah. Netflix exclusive. Good catch. So I've got Netflix. I've got Prime. I've got Apple. I've got all these things. Now, when the Yanks are playing the Mets and I've got to do my job simultaneously, it's a pain in the ass where sometimes the team that's on Apple or the other one, even if it's the more important game, I don't watch because I don't want to go from... It's one thing to go from yes to S and Y. For me, it's another. It's annoying to go from Prime to S and Y or Prime to whatever it might be. But that to me is so unfair. You can't look us in the eyes and say we want to grow the game and get the next generation of baseball fans, the young kids, and put opening day on Netflix. And I know that the presentation will be phenomenal. I love Netflix. It's going to look good. The graphics will be sick. It's going to pop. It's going to sound right. But that's got to be on either free TV or cable. That is such a weak move by baseball.
But the reason is because if it were game 2 or 4 of the season, wouldn't matter. Opening day, the first game, Netflix knows that of 162, there are a handful of must-watch games. That is one for the majority of people. I'm not talking about you or I.
Yeah, sure. Mets, Phillies, Yankees, Red Sox, Dodgers, Giants. I get that. You got to cash in. I'm not questioning their business model. If I was running Netflix, I'd do the same thing.
Yeah, it's baseball who's screwing the fans over. Chris is calling from the Bronx. What's up, Chris?
Hey, how's it going, guys? Thanks for getting me on. You kind of answered most of the question. I was going to ask you guys thought the Yankees were going to win out this weekend. But the second part of that was if they do, who are we giving? Are we going to give Boone the credit for getting these guys playing consistent ball for the last 5 weeks? Or are we still going to go 2 months of bad baseball? Boone gets all the blame. So which way do we go with it? I'm going to all the credit for getting.
Here's what I would do. All right, I'm going to answer this first. Sal, I would do, number one, we give credit what it's due. I mean, when Aaron Boone and the Yankees look good, we give Boone credit. When the Yankees look sloppy, we question whether or not, he could be a little more heavy-handed publicly. We've had this conversation. If the Yankees go on a deep run, whether they get to the World Series and lose it or get there and win it, if they win a couple of series, right? To me, Cashman deserves an immense amount of credit, which I have not given him for years. And Aaron Boone would get a ton of credit as well. There's no doubt. You'd have to.
Yeah, I don't. I never thought that Boone was that big of an issue when the Yankees were struggling, so I'm not going to give him that much credit if the Yankees go win the division. I think he deserves a lot of credit, but the equal amount, if you were somebody who came on and said Boone should be fired, and that was neither of us, and I know I certainly, I go back even years. To me, the manager in this equation is largely insignificant. It was always about, from my perspective, the team was not constructed properly, and I don't think that they did enough to change that at the trade deadline, so I stand by that. if you were somebody who ripped the manager and then they go out there and win this division, then you better be kissing the manager's rear end. So it should be equal amount. If you blame them and they're losing, well, then when they have the success, then you should be praising that person or those players. For me, it is the Yankees. Cashman deserves some credit for going, I don't want to say all on the deadline, but trying to do whatever he could to upgrade this ball club and salvage the season and go take their run at it. Boone gets a ton of credit, and then the Yankees players get a ton of credit for going out there and doing their jobs on a night-in, night-out basis. Aaron Judge, the best player in the world. Bellinger's had a terrific season. Trent Grisham has surpassed any kind of expectation. Jazz Chisholm has had a big season. So you credit the people who brought these players in. You credit the players for doing their job, and obviously the manager is a big part of that, keeping the group together, never letting them get too down, and here they come on their way out of it.
But there's a lot of people that are already, so deep into the Yankees can never win with Boone, or Cashman is, way past his prime, which, to be fair, is something that I've said about Cashman, not about Boone. And, sometimes when you dig into something that deeply, even when there's evidence to the contrary, people are either unwilling or unable to say, maybe I was wrong, or this guy changed my opinion. But I've already done, even if they don't win the World Series, I'm already doing that with Cashman pertaining to this year. Max Fried has delivered one of the better Yankee seasons in a long time from a pitcher. Bellinger, to me, seems like a more athletic Paul O'Neill. Devin Williams was a mess, and he tried to fix that. But since that didn't work out, he still found Bednar. And he's just done a lot of good things. And, yeah, I didn't love going into the season without a third baseman, but that was solidified. Again, Cashman, to me, has had the best year he's had in a long, long time.
And Boone is going to be more judged based off of what he does in the postseason, especially after the way the World Series went, with him making a questionable decision with Cortez. Now, I think, once they get there, then the magnifying glass will be more on the manager and his specific decisions in each game and series.
Yeah, and you know what? True, I would agree with that. And I also we left out Jazz, which was a pickup last year.
Him, yeah.
I didn't hear you say Jazz, my bad. And then the other thing, too, about Boone and him getting some heat here, depending upon how it goes, if Volpe is kicking the ball around, or if he's having a rough playoff stretch here, does he continue to run him out there like they did for a big chunk of the regular season? So there's a lot more checkpoints coming. I think Cashman's had a great acquittal of himself. And, I'm more of a Boone fan than not. You guys know that. 888-808-1019, BT and Sal on the Fan. All right, Sal. 4 distinct all-electric Cadillacs. Some driving for performance, others for the range, and some, let's face it, hop in a Cadillac because it's a good way to make an entrance. 3 different ways to turn every drive into a special occasion. So whatever the reason is, never been a better time to say, let's take the Cadillac.
Yeah, the all-electric Cadillac family of vehicles. You got the Escalade IQ, the Vistic, the Optic, and the Lyric. Visit your Tri-State Cadillac dealer today. The BT and Sal Show is presented by your Tri-State Cadillac dealers. Cadillac, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Mets. Nick Costos when we return.
It's Boomer and Gio, mornings on the Fan, 101.9 FM.
There's a real disappointment that is associated with the Giant fan right now, and rightfully so for that matter. I mean, the Jets are going through their new transition and their rebuild and all that other stuff, but the Giants right now, they were trying to save their season by bringing Russell Wilson in here, but, what we see is, exactly kind of like what you expected.
Listen to Boomer and Gio on demand on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Maggie Gray with an Odyssey Sports Minute. Micah Parsons returns home to Dallas to face former teammate Dak Prescott after Green Bay traded for him this offseason. Prescott is down key lineman and CeeDee Lamb, but says it's not about him versus Micah, it's Cowboys versus Packers. And with Green Bay making the bold move to land Parsons, the pressure's on them to prove it was all worth it. I'm Maggie Gray.
Hey, want to hear something great? Right now at Wendy's, you can get 2 of the #1 selling bacon cheeseburger in all fast food, the JBC, plus medium fries and a medium soft drink for just $8. Want to hear something else great? Double the burger means double the bacon. Now that's a game changer. 2 of the #1 bacon cheeseburgers with fries and a drink for just $8. Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Request $8 JBC meal deal to obtain discount. Individual items at regular price.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play.
HL Gross Jewelers of Garden City is Long Island's premier engagement and wedding ring destination. Visit HL Gross today or online at hlgross.com.
Morning, Zoe. Got donuts.
Jeff Bridges, why are you still living above our garage?
Well, I dig the mattress, and I want to be in a T-Mobile commercial like you. Teach me, Saldana.
Oh, no, I'm not really prepared. I couldn't possibly. At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro on them. It's designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet and has the ultimate pro camera system.
Wow, impressive. Let me try. T-Mobile is the best place to get iPhone 17 Pro because they've got the best network.
Nice, Jeffrey.
You heard them. T-Mobile is the best place to get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us with eligible trade-in in any condition.
So, what are we having for lunch?
Dude, my work here is done.
24 monthly bill credits on experience beyond for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off earlier. Cancel finance agreement iPhone 17 Pro 256 gigs, $1,099.99 and new line minimum $100 plus a month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data 1/8/2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Town Fair Tire became New England's #1 discount tire dealer by giving you the absolute lowest prices guaranteed. And with over 100 stores from Connecticut to Maine, we'll beat anybody's price. Other dealers, we beat them. Warehouse clubs, we beat them. Online sites, we beat them all every day. So remember, for the absolute guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Discount prices. Town Fair Tire. Get ready for more BT and Sal on the Fan.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code CODE to get an extra 35 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code CODE for a 35 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code CODE for a 35 cents per gallon bonus.
Come visit the engagement experts at London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Also that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Spreadsheets, clunky software, 100 different logins just to run your business?
There's a better way. Odoo. One simple, connected platform that handles sales, inventory, accounting, and more. So you can focus on growing, not juggling. Make the switch today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
It's the most exciting time of the year. Postseason baseball in the Bronx. 2025 postseason tickets are on sale now, and this is your chance to be a part of the postseason excitement at Yankee Stadium. Hurry up and visit Yankees.com/postseason so you can have the chance to lock in the best seating locations. Again, log on to Yankees.com/postseason or call 212-YANKEES to learn more about all the ways you can be at Yankee Stadium for some postseason baseball. That's Yankees.com/postseason.
Talk New York sports here. The Fan.
Ooh, yeah. Talk to me. On the line is Nick Costos, host of You Better, You Bet, and Odyssey Sports Betting Insider. Insider calls are presented by BetMGM. Make it legendary. Check the latest lines on the BetMGM app. Catch You Better, You Bet weekdays 3 to 7 p.m. Eastern, and You Better, You Bet countdown to kickoff Sundays 11 to 1 Eastern time, leading you up to kickoff on the BetMGM network on the Odyssey app. Also, his Sunday morning show right here on The Fan from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. We welcome in Nick Costos. Nick, are you excited about Jaxson Dart?
I am excited about Jaxson Dart. Happy Football Friday. I don't know if I love being introduced as an angel.
Well, I don't know. Hoff played the song. I just tried to keep a smooth transition.
Just being honest. I don't know if I loved that, but great to be on with you guys.
What's up, dude? You all right?
Give me how was the line moved, if at all, with Jaxson Dart versus Russell Wilson?
So the Chargers guys were a 6-point road. And BT, you asked me how I'm doing. I'm nervous about the Yankees, but maybe we can get to that another time.
We'll get to it after. Good. I'm nervous. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't want to see the Red Sox. Gotcha. Otherwise, I feel pretty good. The Chargers were a 6-point road favorite prior to Dart being named the starter. Yep. And I guess once Daboll said on Monday, the door is open. It was pretty obvious that he was going to name Dart the starter. And once Dart did get named the starter, the Chargers got bet out to a 6.5-point road favorite, with the thought being that Jaxson Dart is a downgrade from Russell Wilson. And sight unseen, I would dispute that, just seeing how Russell Wilson has played. So as far as betting this game goes, I think there's one of two avenues that you can take, depending on your opinion of the game. I think the Chargers either kill them and win big, win by double digits. And something to consider if you like the Chargers would be that the Giants they're not going to run the offense that they've been running with Russell Wilson. And we saw this when Dart played in the preseason. And Daboll loves the college game, he's the offensive coordinator at Alabama. They are going to run a college gimmicky offense with Jaxson Dart. They're going to play to Jaxson Dart's strengths. Look at the offense that Jaxson Dart ran when he was the quarterback at Ole Miss. That is not a pro-style offense that Lane Kiffin runs. It's a gimmicky college offense. Now, the defensive coordinator of the Chargers, Jesse Minter, is a future head coach in the NFL. Absolute stud. He was the defensive coordinator for Jim Harbaugh at Michigan 2 years ago while they won the national championship. So if you wanted to build a case for the Chargers here, it'd be that this stud defense, the defense is good enough as it is. They've seen this before. They're not going to take the Chargers by surprise here with the offense they're going to run. So if you like the Chargers, I think the Chargers win in blowout fashion.
See, that's
if you like
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nick. Go ahead.
If you like the Giants, I wouldn't even mess around with the points. I'd play the Giants just to win the game.
Yeah, I did that last week, though, with the Jets and got burned by that. Is that a good philosophy in general?
Well, I think... I would question last week just because we know what Tyrod Taylor is. Even if he's a little better than Fields, we've seen him start a million games. We actually have no idea how good or bad Jaxson Dart is. Right. So I think it's good to lean onto uncertainty from a betting perspective, where if Dart's awesome, why can't they just win the game? And the other thing to consider that I actually think is more impactful to winning or losing the game than Dart, and I mean that sincerely, because Bo Nix missed 3 long touchdown passes last week in the Broncos-Chargers game, and the Chargers end up winning the game, what's kind of lost there is that Justin Herbert got the crap kicked out of him by the Broncos pass rush. The offensive line did not hold up in pass protection. You can make the case that this is the Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau, Abdul Carter, Dexter Lawrence. They really impact Justin Herbert in the Chargers passing game here. And if you can marry that with the good Jaxson Dart start, I think the Giants can win the game. So it really comes down to which side of the ledger you're on. I would either lay Chargers alternates or just bet the Giants to win outright.
Interesting. Nick, just for those who don't watch the Chargers every week, but remember Jim Harbaugh, not so much in Michigan or Stanford, but more with the Niners, schematically, has he evolved a lot as an NFL coach, or is he pretty much still running the same stuff that he had with Roman in San Francisco?
It is, and it's a great question because Roman is the offensive coordinator now with the Chargers. It is... They've actually done this year a total and complete 180. So when I went in August in studio with Sal to talk about the upcoming NFL season, and Sal said he liked the Chargers, I said one of the reasons I don't like the Chargers this year is because I think the way that they play offense lowers their ceiling, which is they're gonna run the ball a million times a game, and Rashawn Slater was out for the season. They actually there's a stat called PROE, pass rate over expectation, which measures in neutral situations how often you're passing the ball. The Chargers are at the top of the league. So they're throwing the ball an absolute ton here. They're playing to the strengths of their stud quarterback, Justin Herbert. So, BT, it's a great question you asked. He's actually doing a complete 180 based on what he's done in the past, throwing the ball all over the yard. He's never done that as an NFL head coach or at the collegiate level.
That's a good answer. That's good stuff. Good, well done there, Nick.
Do you think that this is the right time for Jaxson Dart and the right situation for him to succeed in?
I think that there's no choice because of what happened on Sunday night against the Chiefs. So let's say you wanted to construct an argument, and you might be right, that Dart's not ready and this is not the opponent, and you'd rather save him for the Saints. Like, Dart came in for a couple snaps on Sunday night against Kansas City, and the crowd booed the hell out of Russell Wilson when he came back into the game. So you literally, if you're Daboll and you're Joe Shane and you're Mara, whatever, you run the risk of mutiny if you put Russ out there. The first pass that he throws that either gets one of their skilled position players almost killed, because that was like, he almost got all of them killed on Sunday night against the Chiefs with his hospital balls, or throws an interception, or checks the ball down 15 times in a row. The crowd's going to revolt. Like, you can't have this anymore.
Yeah, but hold on a second. They wouldn't revolt against Jameis.
But you can't play Jameis.
Why not? What's he on the team for, Nick?
I think that's a good question. Maybe it's like once they trade Russell Wilson, Jameis becomes the backup if that happens.
Okay.
But you can't bypass Dart to play Jameis Winston. Like, it's Dart or Russ, and then the conversation becomes Jameis or Russ as the backup. But I don't think you'd ever play Jameis Winston. I think you gain nothing from that.
Okay. I mean, the only thing you would gain is to preserve, the kid from getting his head kicked in too early. But I got you. All right, let me ask you this here. Bounce around a little bit. So I'm sure many people are aware we begin the international series coming up on Sunday, whether it's London, whether it's Ireland, whether it's Germany. This is in Dublin, Ireland here. And for a lot, and I don't mean sharps or people who do it like for a living like you do. This is a fun opportunity. Let me get a little action while I'm making eggs for the kids, throw $100 on the game. And there's a lot of sloppy bets made because the travel and the itinerary and logistically, it's very unpredictable when they go overseas. Do you view this as I'm staying away because I don't know what to do, or I pounce on the international series because of a specific reason?
I think the thing that could impact the way people would want to bet the game, and we won't know until Sunday morning, like, what's the field going to be like? Like, the field has been a disaster at some of these international games, and if that's the case,
wet.
it may impact how you want to bet the total.
Yep.
We won't know that until Sunday. I generally try, BT. Awesome question. I try to just think about them all like as their own individual puzzle piece that needs to be figured out. So just to give like my opinion on the game, I think the point spread's fine. The Vikings should be favored. They should not be favored by 3. If it goes to 3, it'll come right back down. People will bet Pittsburgh. Subjectively, I like the Steelers. And I'm curious for you as a Jets fan, how you feel about this, because obviously, like last year, this is the game that got Sal fired, was the Jets in London against the Vikings and the Brian Flores defense. My thought is, the way Arthur Smith calls offense, I think they are not going to put Rodgers in harm's way the way that Nathaniel Hackett and the Jets did last year. I don't think they're dropping back to throw 1,000,000 times in this game. I don't think they're going to let Rodgers blow this game. I think they're going to be uber conservative, turn Carson Wentz over, which I think they're more than capable of doing. I like, not one of my favorite bets, but I do like the Steelers on Sunday morning.
I like Pittsburgh. Okay, there you go.
What did the Lions' performance over the Ravens tell you? Is that more about the Lions or more about the Ravens?
Probably a combination of both. I think it was a statement of intent from the Lions that who needs Ben and who needs Glenn when you've got Dan the Man, that he's still there and the Lions are still the Lions. So I loved that from Detroit. But, this will kind of dovetail into thoughts on the Ravens-Chiefs game on Sunday afternoon, where I'll ask you guys a question and all the listeners and viewers can answer it in your own heads as well, right? What's the worst unit in this game on Sunday with the Ravens and the Chiefs,
Ravens defense,
in your estimation?
Baltimore's defense is terrible.
Right? And I think, I agree. Isn't that an interesting answer with how we were talking about the Chiefs offense? And now the Ravens defense has been, and correctly saying that they've been so bad that they're actually the worst unit in the game. That will lead me to a bet on Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. It will not be one of my favorite bets of the week. I have bets I like more, but I do like the Chiefs. I think BT and Sal, that Monday night performance was a little bit more about the Ravens than it was about the Detroit Lions.
What about the Packers? That's going to give me a little pause here. The whole Parsons and the Cowboys defense and all this, but I mean, you lose in I know Cleveland's defense is good, but for the Packers to score 10 points any week is just, it's odd, and they don't look dynamic yet. What's going on with Green Bay?
Yeah, I'll chalk that up to. I think it is a really unlucky loss by Green Bay. They're up 10-0 at the end of the game, and they end up losing 13-10 to a team that can't score. I think if you played that game another 9 times, the Packers would win all 9 times, BT. But to your point, like, they were not impressive in victory, even if they had held on to win 13-10. If McManus's kick doesn't get blocked, I am willing to say that the Browns' defense is an elite unit. And I think that it's more about that than anything else. And the proof's in the pudding. Like, they gave up 41 in week 2 to the Ravens, but that is a extremely misleading final score with how well Cleveland's defense played. And they held the Bengals to 17 points in week 1 and really should have won that game. Now, I don't love the Browns this week in this matchup on the road at Detroit because they can't score. And Detroit's defense is pretty good, but I'm willing to give Green Bay a pass and say Cleveland's defense is awesome. Unlucky loss. If I had to bet Sunday Night Football, BT, I'd lay Green Bay in Dallas.
You know, one line to me, Nick, that looked a little fishy so far. We're looking over doing our pick segment in about 25 minutes or so from now. How is Atlanta a 1.5 favorite over Washington? Do we know Jaden Daniels?
Daniels is out. He's out.
He's 100% out?
He's out. He was ruled out like 10 minutes ago. So in real time.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, but I saw the line earlier.
And McLaurin. And McLaurin's out also.
And then do you think that that's justified? I mean, Washington with Mariota last week, I foolishly picked against them. They pasted the Raiders here. Is that line justified even with Mariota in for Jaden Daniels again?
I'm going to give you not a bad answer, but an answer that is going to help nobody. And I'll just give a cheap plug to my show. Listen to us during the week, because yesterday on the show, we said we think Jaden Daniels is going to be out. We had a guest come on who's a pro sports bettor, my friend Rob Pizzola, and he said, people think Daniels is not going to play. You will incur some risk if you bet the Falcons now. But that was the recommendation, was to bet Atlanta with the thought being Daniels gets ruled out. It happens. The line is adjusted. I don't think there's anything to do right now at current market price. So I apologize for that answer.
No. What was the line? I saw it at -1.5 in favor of the Falcons. They were giving it a 1.5. What was it before?
Yeah, we were like Commanders 1.5 yesterday.
Okay. It's a pretty significant shift.
Hey, I've never had an issue on Saturdays laying a lot of wood here. 25, 30 points. You know, just I don't have an issue with it because the disparity in talent collegiately you can make a lot of money doing this here. A little different in the NFL. 15.5, 16 points, but I got to tell you, I'm willing to do that with Buffalo. The Saints stink. The Bills have extra rest coming off that Thursday game. Saints are going halfway across the country. You with me? I mean, is that too much to lay, or you like it?
So I'm not going to bet this game.
You're not?
I think you could be right. I'm going to tell you why the Saints could cover, and I'm not making the bet. But the Saints have been the choice in the betting market. This was 16.5. Now we're down to 15.5. The thought is, and we saw this last Thursday, and we see it with Buffalo over the past however many years, the Bills play with their food. That they get up to a lead and they don't go foot to throat. Now the Saints, and I think I may have said this with you guys earlier, like before the season started, Kellen Moore, who's the Saints head coach, showed them in training camp videos of the Indiana Pacers in the postseason, with the thought being they are going to run an exceptionally high up-tempo offense and run a million plays. The Saints are running the most plays of any team in the NFL right now, and the Bills play slow. So the thought is, again, the Saints are going to run way more plays than Buffalo, and if the Bills get a big lead, which we expect to happen, they're not going to care, and the Saints are going to have opportunities to fall inside the number. I'm not going to make the bet, BT, because I think you might be right. I'm just presenting the other side why people might be betting New Orleans.
Can you just give us a quick, there's 2 more games I just would love your opinion on here before we say goodbye. Eagles, Bucks, and then the Colts and the Rams.
So the Eagles were a 3-point favorite earlier in the week. I laid them at 3. The number's 3.5 now. Honestly, I'd probably still bet Philadelphia. The Bucks have been the one team in the NFC that has really been Philly's kryptonite. Todd Bowles has really messed with Jalen Hurts' head. My sense is, and this is an opinion, that Hurts is kind of past all of that now. The Eagles are way better than Tampa. The offensive line is still hurt. I don't like it as much at 3.5, but I would prefer the Eagles. And as far as Colts-Rams go, I did bet plus 3.5 with Indy earlier in the week. As the week moves on, I am feeling less confident in that opinion. I think this may be a game where Jared Verse and company can really collapse the pocket around Daniel Jones. And just one quick prop thought on this game. Indianapolis has a stud slot cornerback named Kenny Moore. He's out for this game, and he's awesome. Puka Nacua runs like half of his routes out of the slot. Indy's not going to be able to stop him on Sunday afternoon.
All right, Nick, thank you very much, man. That was awesome. Hit us with it.
Well, can I just say this quickly?
Yes, go ahead.
I think the Jets are going to win on Monday night.
Whoa! That's right. We didn't get to the Monday night game. Look at you.
I do, too.
Yeah.
I do, too.
Yeah. Jets win, BT gets on the board in our stake bet, and I will be betting the Jets on Monday night. And Fields is practicing right now, so it looks like he's on track. Looks like he's going to be on track to start. I will like the Jets, and I think they will win on the road in Miami on Monday night.
And getting 2.5 points.
The Jets are going to win 3 out of 4 here, Nick. Just so you know, they're going to beat Dallas. Watch the run. Watch what's happening.
Let's not get crazy. But I do like them. I do like them on Monday night. Wishing everybody minimal sweats, winning bets, the absolute very best of luck. And if the Yankees win the AL East this weekend, and I think they're going to, and get the 1 seed, we're going to the World Series.
Yep.
Going to win the American League.
I'm with you.
Hell yeah. I just want to avoid Boston. I don't want to see Boston.
I'm not worried about Boston. Whatever.
All right, Yankee boys, enough. That was the host of You Better, You Bet.
Yeah, Mets-Dodgers will go great if they make it.
Yeah,
it'll be awesome.
Yeah,
just worry about the Marlins, Nick.
I don't even know if I want to see it.
2007, 2008, 2012. Tom Glavine throw out the first pitch, Sal?
That was the host of You Better, You Bet, and Odyssey Sports Betting Insider, Nick Costos. Insider calls are presented by BetMGM. Make it legendary for all of your betting and sports talk needs. Check out the BetMGM network on the Odyssey app. We'll come back, get more of your calls in here, 888-808-1019. Right now, let's get you updated. Here's Andrew Bogish.
Wake up with Boomer and Gio. Mornings 6 to 10 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1, New York, and Odyssey Sports Station. WFAN Sports Flash.
Good afternoon at 1 o'clock. I'm Andrew Bogish. This Sports Flash is sponsored by NJMEP Manufacturing Day, October 3rd in Freehold. If you work in New Jersey manufacturing, your chance to network, learn, and connect with resources for your business is October 3rd, the annual Made in New Jersey Manufacturing Day in Freehold. Both gubernatorial candidates will share their vision for industry in New Jersey. Register today at njmep.org. Another good start for the U.S. on day 1 of the Ryder Cup at Bethpage. J.J. Spawn, who did not play this morning, won the first hole of the afternoon session with a birdie. The Americans also won the opening hole this morning, but lost that session 3-1, and already that Spawn and Scotty Scheffler group lost the second hole, so that match is even 3 of the 4 foursomes on the course right now this afternoon. The Mets' magic number for that wild card spot is 3 over the Reds. Brandon Sproat starts game 1 in Miami, 7:10 Odyssey Mets Radio. Those Reds playing in Milwaukee at 8. The Yankees finish the regular season against the Orioles. Will Warren throws tonight's first pitch at 7:05 here on the Fan. The Blue Jays host the Rays. Justin Fields is practicing again today, and the NFL just announced it'll hold another game in Rio next season. That's part of a new agreement with Brazil hosting 3 regular season games over the next 5 years. Fan weather is sponsored by Audi of Manhattan, where luxury meets excellence. At Audi Manhattan, experience best-in-class service in the heart of New York. Visit the Audi flagship store today, conveniently located on 55th and 11th. Audi Manhattan, where luxury meets excellence. It's 76 and mostly sunny in Central Park, and that's what's happening. Sports flashes top of every hour. I'm Andrew Bogish.
It's more Big Ten action as the Scarlet Knights hit the road taking on the Minnesota Gophers. High noon tomorrow. He's in! Touchdown, Rutgers! The home of Rutgers football is WFAN.
And the Scarlet Knights continue to dominate.
Brought to you by RWJ Barnabas Health, the official healthcare provider of Rutgers Athletics. Let's be healthy together. And the Fan, 101.9 FM, always streaming on the Odyssey, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio app.
Our transportation, water, and energy infrastructure is critical. Did you know that those projects are built by the local 825 operating engineers and their contractors? They even built MetLife Stadium and the stadium before that. That's why their advocacy organization, ELEC, the Engineers Labor Employee Cooperative, fights for those priorities every day. That's ELEC, representing the hardworking men and women who build New York and New Jersey.
D'Agostino, Law, Bite Back. I'm injury attorney John Ryan D'Agostino, nicknamed The Closer, continuing D'Agostino and Associates' legacy of helping the injured for over 35 years. My father, John D'Agostino, built this injury firm to help accident victims.
This is John D'Agostino, and this is a family firm. For us, it's about doing what's right and making sure somebody pays for your pain. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-BITE-BACK. They call me The Closer because big or small, in court or out, I'm fighting to get the job done, to win, to get you every dollar you deserve. D'Agostino & Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and will come to you. I've been there and I'll be there for you. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222.
Got internet? Cool. A $200 Verizon gift card for switching to our Fios 1 gig plan? Hot. And here's a pro tip. Use it to pay your bill. It's like getting 2 months free. Plus, get a 5-year price guarantee. Hurry into your Verizon store today. Offer ends 10/8/25. Must install and maintain eligible Fios service in good standing for 65 days and register gift card per offer terms. One offer per account. Price guarantee for new customers on select plans and excludes taxes and other charges. See store for additional terms and conditions.
The Mazda CX-30 is more than just a crossover. It's a statement. Step inside and enjoy a refined interior with available leather seating, a sleek 8.8-inch center display, and premium sound that turns every drive into a getaway. Feel confident with standard advanced safety features like Mazda Radar Cruise Control and Smart Brake Support. When on the road, the CX-30 Skyactiv G engine delivers responsive performance with impressive efficiency. Right now, lease the Mazda CX-30 for just $199 a month. Style, safety, and value all within reach. Visit your local Mazda dealer or go to MazdaUSA.com for more information.
We're always talking New York sports on The Fan.
Hey, Tiki here. Imagine a world where all your smart devices work together seamlessly in one simple ecosystem. Introducing the Sloman's Shield Link. With Sloman's Shield Link, transform your home into a truly intelligent smart home experience. Control your lights, heating and cooling, door locks, cameras, TVs, just about anything in your home. Life is busy and daily stresses add up. But with Sloman's Shield Link, your home tech works in harmony, making life more convenient, safe, and enjoyable. Now imagine pulling into your driveway, and with one tap, your home welcomes you. Lights on, doors unlocked, only to hear your favorite music. A true smart home isn't just about gadgets. It's about comfort and security. With Sloman's Shield, enjoy a full integration of home security and automation, all at your fingertips. Make your life easier and your home a safer haven. Learn more at SlomanShieldLink.com or call 1-800-ALARM-ME. Embrace the future of home living with Sloman's Shield Link.
Listen weekdays from 1 to 2 on The Fan for the call of the day with BT and Sal, brought to you by Wind Creek Bethlehem. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Sunday no longer a fun day? We've got specialists for that. Walking the dog, unleash, knee pain? We've got specialists for that. With 45 Castle Connolly top doctors, Orland & Cohen specialists are considered among the best in the nation by their peers, which can mean a better outcome for you. From Staten Island to Southampton, our network is open 7 days a week, so you can feel better, faster. Visit OrlandCohen.com.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
500 miles an hour, 500 more.
BT Sal back on The Fan. We'll have the perfect parlay pick segment coming up in about 10 or 15 minutes or so. Obviously, we're looking ahead to Jaxson Dart and his first start in the NFL ahead of the Week 4 matchup here with the Chargers. You heard all the latest from Nick Kostos. In case you missed anything, check it out on the free Odyssey app. Big weekend as well for both the baseball teams. Mets trying to stay alive. Right now they have that 1-game lead, but don't have the tiebreaker over the Reds. So the Reds 1 game back with 3 to play. Diamondbacks 2 games back with 3 to play. Also have the tiebreaker, which puts them in the conversation, in the event that they sweep their series against the Padres and maybe the Mets lose 2 out of 3 against the Marlins. Yankees obviously battling for the division. You got the Ryder Cup that you're all into. to here, BT. We've been watching that this morning. There's a lot going on this weekend around the sports world.
Got the Jets Monday night.
Yeah.
And it's funny because there's so many different types of emotion with each situation. I think the Yankee fan right now is really confident. I think the Met fan is really scared. I think the Giant fan is really hopeful. It's like three different sets of emotions here.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, maybe most Met fans are anxious and pessimistic. I'm resigned to the fact that they're not getting in. So when we sit here on Monday at 10 a.m., I believe we're going to be talking about the Mets having a lost weekend. And even if we're not, I'm not going to be excited about the postseason because I believe that they're going to get their teeth kicked in by the Dodgers. So to me, like in my mind, the Mets season it's just all but final in my mind. It's already been decided what's going to happen one way or another. It's not going to be what it should have been, not even close to that. And I look forward to discussing that next week with you. We'll find out what happens this weekend, but that doesn't mean you can't lose hope of having a successful weekend and then the hope of getting in. I'm just realistic about it. I don't think they have any shot.
I meant to ask you this yesterday when we were talking about it. So, the Chase Utley situation on Monday.
Yeah, that's Monday.
Okay,
yeah.
I meant to ask you this. So, do you need me to dig into one of the bags in the garage? Do you need some sunglasses? Do you need some eye black? Do you need some wristbands?
No, dude,
you don't want any of that stuff?
I got the Phillies Chase Utley uniform that I have to pay off the bet with Surfside, Clem with Surfside. He'll be joining us Monday. You have to dress up in the Surfside can. I'll be in full Phillies Chase Utley gear one way or another on Monday. I believe we have Larry Fitzgerald coming in studio as well. Like, he's coming in 11:20. I'm going to be sitting here in a Phillies uniform with Larry, and you got to have this
wow.
with Larry Fitzgerald in studio. That's going to be a little awkward.
Where is that costume?
Yeah,
House got it?
No, yeah,
Where
we
is
have
it?
it.
Where's
We
it in
have
the
it.
office?
Yeah, we have it back in the office. So that'll be
Does
fun.
it fit? I got to make sure it fits.
I'm sure it fits. Yeah, I think it's big enough to fit Hoff, just in case.
So then I'll be all right.
It should fit you. All right, the BT and Sal show on the Fan is presented by your Tri-State Cadillac dealers. Cadillac, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Mets. Anthony is in Old Bridge, New Jersey. What's up, Ant?
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me on.
You got it, Ant.
All right, BT, just to go back a few minutes, you're talking about this, all the emotions. If you're familiar with Anchorman, it's like I'm in a glass case of emotion right now. That's what it is with all the sports teams.
Awesome movie. Yeah.
No, listen, Giants, Daboll, Jaxson Dart, real simple. I mean, he doesn't have to light the world on fire immediately, but they have to look better. He has to look good. He has energy. There's excitement. I'm excited. Let's see what happens. Daboll's going to either be fired or stay based on how the rest of the season goes. So we can who and how all we want, but that's just a fact.
Yeah.
But a caller earlier was mentioned about, a coach, losing the fan base. It's plain and simple. I mean, everyone forgets Eli, Coughlin, they were out of town before they won the Super Bowl. Again, we're not saying they're going to win the Super Bowl by any means, but if Jaxson Dart looks well, Daboll's not going anywhere. So everyone can complain all they want. If Dart looks good, we're going to have Daboll, and hopefully it's something we can be confident and excited about because it's been bad for the past 10 years. Luckily, I've seen 2 Super Bowls, but the reality is we've been bad.
Now, I bet you, and hold on, I bet you there's some Giant fans out there, some, not many, some that are like, man, I want the kid to look good, but I don't want him to look too good because I don't want Daboll back. There are some Giant fans who, no matter what happens, they don't want Daboll back.
Of course, but the problem is that's an overarching problem, like with everybody in general. Like, you want to see good football and see your team win, but you don't like the coach. Like, can we not, be so... again, I'm not going to get into it, but it's very parallel with so many things going on in the world right now. But the fact of the matter is, if they play well and look good, we shouldn't care. Like, we shouldn't be like, Daboll. Like,
I'm with you, Ant. We're with you on that one. The best case, and thank you for the call, good stuff. The best case scenario for the Giants and their fans is to have Jaxson Dart light it up on Sunday. They get a win, and they start to put together some wins here and some good effort, and you have Brian Daboll and Joe Shane back. That's what you want, continuity. I mean, my God, we're going based off of if, or saying the best case scenario would be Dart to have great success, even with some struggles along the way, ultimately show the signs, have some success, they start to win, look like a competent football team for once, and then you keep Joe Shane and Brian Daboll and Jaxson Dart going into next year. That's what you want. Like, that's what everybody should want. Whether you don't like Daboll or not, that to me would be best case scenario, no doubt about it.
What you don't want and what you can't have is where, just say Jaxson doesn't distinguish himself enough. Let's just say that, right? He's not horrible, but there's just not a ton of evidence that you nailed the pick. Let's just say. But the record's so bad, you got to change the energy. You got to get rid of Daboll. But Dart doesn't look too good where the potential coaching candidates that have experience probably don't want the job. Like the Nets coach that the Giants hire, if it's not like if Daboll's not here for a little bit, you got to bring somebody who's got some experience.
Yeah.
And if Dart doesn't look the part, then what guy with experience that is worth anything is going to want the job?
Oh, no, but they could want to come in and then redo it their way. I mean, and maybe get John Gruden. I don't know. They probably never do that. But you're talking about somebody with experience. That's a guy clearly who you'd want. I also wouldn't make that hire based on his opinion of Jaxson Dart. That's how they got in trouble with Daniel Jones. Good God, like you shouldn't be hiring a head coach to placate the quarterback that you have in. No, absolutely not. Get the head coach. Let him decide everything. It's just got to be the right head coach. But obviously that should not be the conversation right now. Rock is calling from Long Island. What's up, Rock?
How are you? Hey, Sal, I go back to the conversation me and you had on Tuesday. And it's Friday, and I have knots in my stomach already. And I go back to the conversation where you say, well, Daboll, when you said to me, hey, Rock, how did Daboll do with Daniel Jones? And then I go home and I watch NFL Live, and I listen to what Neighbors has to say. And he says, you know what? This offense, it ain't the quarterback. This offense is the same offense as it was with Daniel Jones. Now I say to myself, listen, I don't need to be hit in the head with a brick to realize what he's saying. I don't need to be hit in the head with a brick to realize what you were saying. So I start thinking ahead for the future, because if this goes south, Daboll goes south.
Right.
And who's the next man in line? You know what I'm saying? And I want to ask you, Sal, what do you think of Cliff Kingsbury being the next man in line? If it had to come to that. I know it's early in the season. I know a lot of people are relax. My Giant fan friends are like, relax. But I'm looking to the future. And what do you think of a guy like that?
It's a fair point.
The future.
Yeah, it's a fair question, Rock, and thank you for the call. What I would say, and BT, we talked about this a little bit earlier, like I think that the offense is going to look different with Jaxson Dart, meaning it's not just going to be, okay, well, here's the offense that we ran with Russell Wilson. We're going to run the same exact offense with Dart. There's no way. Costos just said that before. Like, there's no way that's going to happen. Boldy may have said it earlier in the week, but let's say that it fails for whatever reason, Daboll's out. I would be intrigued by Kingsbury, just as I was with the Jets a year ago, where we talked about that, the potential of getting a young offensive mind. He failed in his first stop, has regained that credibility as an offensive coordinator, having success with Washington with Jaden Daniels. He would be on my list. I don't know if that would be atop my list. I want more of a known commodity. If I'm the Jets or Giants and I'm looking for same theory with last year. Doesn't mean it's right, doesn't mean it's wrong. I would want a known commodity, an experienced head coach with proven success to come in here and trust that they would turn it around.
What if the Steelers fire Tomlin?
Oh my God.
That's a layup.
Oh my God, yes.
Okay, so
yes.
See, the hard thing about this is it's very easy to present what we want. I get it. We want a guy who's won, a guy who's not past his prime, a guy who's obviously experienced enough to deal with all the nonsense in New York, but who the hell is that guy?
Yeah.
Does that guy even exist?
Well, I mean, you could take, it did exist last year with Pete Carroll. It does exist this year with
but you can make
Gruden.
The case Pete was too old, and Pete doesn't look good this year for the Raiders. Come on, Pete's almost 80 years old.
You can make the case the Giants could go pluck Belichick away from North Carolina.
Belichick.
I'm just saying, and I'm not saying I would even do that. By the way, that is not guaranteed either. Nobody ever heard of Shane Steichen before. Like, would you want Shane Steichen? Basically, he's the same thing as Brian Daboll. And look what he's done in Indianapolis, or at least what it looks to be going on right now.
Yeah, but I don't think the Giants could take that risk again. They've done it too many times. McAdoo, Shermer, I mean, come on.
I know, the Jets did it again.
Yeah, but the Jets stink. Yeah. I mean, the Jets are at the model. We're not looking at the Jets saying, hey, look what the Jets did. That's what you want to replicate.
I know, but you wanted Aaron Glenn.
I did want Aaron Glenn. I did.
I'm just saying that, and we don't know whether that's going to pan out or not. It's 3 weeks in. It'd be foolish to make a decision on that. There are multiple ways to do it. I personally, after years and years and years of failure, you're right. Like, what's the difference with a new offensive coordinator versus what you had with Brian Daboll?
I wouldn't take that chance. If we get to this point, and I'm looking at it right now, real fast, if I said, all right, where do you think Daboll is on the list of the shortest odds to be the first coach fired?
I think
got
he's
it in front
top
of
the
me.
list.
He's not. Mike McDaniel's one.
Yeah, I'm sorry, McDaniel, yeah.
Callahan's two. Who didn't even know the rules out there in Tennessee. He's been a disaster, my God. Daboll third.
Oh, well, that's because those guys could get fired in season. Daboll would be after the season, most likely.
Yeah, I don't think Daboll's getting fired during the season at all. I just don't. Listen, I'm of the mindset, if it doesn't work out with Dart and Daboll this year, I think the Giants might have to go and try to trade for somebody. Hey, you know what? Here's 2 first-round picks, man. Save us. And I don't know if it was Peyton from Denver. Yeah. Probably not. He just got there. I don't know if it's Andy Reid from Kansas City wants a new challenge. I don't know who that person is. But, like, there was a point where at least Giants and Jet fans could sit there and say, well, maybe they can lure Bill Cowher out of the CBS booth. But Bill's been out for so long, that's no longer an option. I don't see a guy. To me, it's not Belichick. Even Carroll's too old at this point. I don't know who the person would be where it would fake a home run. Unless you get somebody that's currently coaching that you would give up first-round picks to get.
They had a chance. Both teams did it. Harbaugh, they let that go.
Yep.
Foolishly. BT and Sal on the Fan. Perfect Parlay Pick segment week 4 when we come back. For over 92 years, Approved Oil has been the leading heating oil dealer in New York. And right now, with low rates, it's the perfect time to lock in your price for winter before cold weather pushes prices up. Don't wait. Call today and lock in your savings and enjoy a worry-free season. Approved Oil has been delivering a brighter, warmer tomorrow for almost a century, backed by superior services and unmatched reliability. When it comes to your home heat, it has to be Approved Oil. Visit freezerate.com or call 718-238-1050.
Congratulations to the New York Yankees on clinching a playoff spot.
The victory for the New York Yankees.
For the 60th time in their storied history, the Bronx Bombers will be playing for a championship.
These guys really believe they have something to prove.
They were one step away from their 28th World Series a year ago.
Los Angeles is the new champion.
Do they get it done this season?
I think the attitude is that these guys are hell-bent to win a title.
Catch every pitch.
Swing and a miss, he struck him out.
Every hit.
3-2 here to Judge. Here's the pitch. Here's the drive we were looking for. Deep to left. Way out of here.
He was ready for it.
Here on your home for New York Yankees baseball. 1019 FM WFAN. And always live on the free Odyssey app.
I'm Michael Jenkins, helping you beat the books for the BetMGM Network. It is a football Friday. We're taking UVA +7 against Florida State. This is a prime look-ahead spot for FSU with a showdown against Miami coming next week. Through the first 4 weeks of the season, UVA's offense has been really impressive, particularly quarterback Chandler Morris, who has thrown for more than 1,000 yards with 8 touchdowns and 1 pick. UVA keeps it close. Take them +7. I'm Michael Jenkins from the BetMGM Network. Bet smarter and beat the books and download the BetMGM app today. Please gamble responsibly.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play.
We could tell you what it's like to drive the Nissan Rogue and tell you all about its performance capabilities, like its VC turbo engine. It's I can go virtually anywhere type of freedom. Nice. But you don't have to take our word for it. Go drive it for yourself. You're up. Experience the power of the Nissan Rogue.
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Get 0% APR for 60 months on the 2025 Nissan Rogue, Pathfinder, or Murano. Visit your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. For well-qualified buyers, example, 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $1,667 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary. Subject to Nissan Motor Acceptance Company credit approval, not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends September 30th, 2025.
Town Fair Tires, New England's largest volume discount tire dealer with over 100 locations. So we sell Michelin tires for the guaranteed lowest price. Like Michelin tires with all-season capabilities and maximum performance. Plus, Town Fair will give you more free services for life on your Michelin tires for longer tread life and reliable traction in both wet and dry conditions. For the guaranteed lowest price on Michelin tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody!
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
You're on the list for Macy's Fall VIP Sale. That means you're invited to save big on this season's top designer looks at prices you'll love. Like an extra 30% off Calvin Klein, Steve Madden, Hugo Boss, and more. Plus, Get 15% off beauty and fragrance from Estee Lauder, Lancome, and so many others. This only happens a few times a year. Don't miss the fall VIP sale. Today, only at Macy's. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Get ready for more BT and Sal on the Fan.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code CODE to get an extra 35 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code CODE for a 35 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code CODE for a 35 cents per gallon bonus.
That's the sound of James adding long-lasting Gain scent boosters to his laundry this morning. Several hours later, James sniffs the irresistible scent of Gain on his shirt. Gain. Several hours later, James has even caught the attention of his mother-in-law, and she never gives him attention.
Ooh, you smell amazing, James.
Oh, thanks, Mom. I love you too.
I never said that.
Add Gain scent boosters to your laundry. Add joy to your day.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Dude, did you order the new iPhone 17 Pro? Got it from Verizon, the best 5G network in America. I've never looked so good. You look the same. But with this camera, everything looks better, especially me. You haven't changed your hair in 15 years. Selfies? Check, please.
New and existing customers can get the new iPhone 17 Pro, designed to be the most powerful iPhone ever, with eligible phone trade-in and unlimited ultimate. Any condition guaranteed. Visit your local Verizon store today. Best 5G source. Root metrics data. United States. 1H2025. All rights reserved. Additional terms and conditions apply per phone offer. See Verizon.com for details.
Get the scuttlebutt on your favorite team, the Fan, on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
Time for the BT and Sal football picks, brought to you by Cash App.
Parlay pick segment week 4. Going into week 4 here, Hoff has tied me atop the standings, 25 points each, and that is for correctly predicting the winners of the Jets and Giants. Hoff had both last week. You and I split, so we remain the same distance. You were second with 15. We have 25. Nobody has cashed a parlay yet. We've come close. I know last week I was 3 out of 4. Obviously not going to get it done. Got to go 4 for 4 or 2 for 2 or 3 for 3. Each parlay worth different amount of points. 2-team 25, 3-team 50, 4-team 100. BT, what do you got for us in week 4?
Well, I might have to go to the ATM machine here like you do at the casino when you say, all right, I'm going to go all in on this last hand. I'm going big. You know, I've been nickel and dime in the first couple of weeks here. I'm going for the gusto. I'm going to play one big hand here and see if I can get a little separation. We're going for the 4 spot. First up, I've got Kansas City, who have been very largely unimpressive here. We just saw them against the Giants, obviously, getting 2.5 points hosting the Baltimore Ravens. Now, we know about the Chiefs' offensive issues. They've had some injuries. That's part of it. And also last year, they weren't really throwing the ball. I'll take Kansas City. Give me Kansas City plus 2.5. Up next, Green Bay's in Dallas. Now, we talked about this with Nick here. Dallas is just, they might be the worst defense. I mean, the Jets might be the worst defensive team as well. But Dallas's defense is awful. And you got to think that Parsons is ready to step up and just make everybody's life miserable in Dallas. You lay a touchdown, which is a little worrisome when you only scored 13 points last week against a good Browns defense. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to lay the touchdown. Green Bay -7 in Dallas. Packers roll. They smack them. Next, I'm going to take the Bills. I also referenced this earlier. This is a big nut, maybe the biggest one we're going to see all year here. It's going to be up there. -6. It's been trimmed, I believe, to -15.5. I got to double check this, Hoff, if you can help me. I think it's -15.5. I think it just fluctuated there. Anyway, it was 16.5, but I think it's 15.5. They're hosting the Saints. The Bills are
15.5.
There you go. So it is -15.5. So the Saints are going basically across half of the country, another road trip, and Buffalo is going to be very well rested. They play on Thursday. They played on Thursday against Miami. They didn't play this past weekend. So they've got those extra 3-day cushions in there, and I think it's going to help out. And I think they just destroy them 40-10, 37-13. They're just going to pummel them. So the Bills -15.5. I love it. And then I'm going to Monday night. I'm going to ride another dog here. And I know that Denver is very good on defense and very well coached, and that's a tough place with the altitude. And I know Cincinnati's offense is never going to be great without Burrow. But for sides, got a sneaky suspicion. Play the odds here, +7.5. I think it's a tight game, and I'm going to take the Bengals getting a little bit more than a touchdown here. So, in summation, 4 spot, Kansas City, +2.5, hosting the Ravens. Green Bay laid the 7 against Dallas. That's in Dallas. Bills -15 and a hook, taking on the Saints. They'll whack them. And back to Monday, Cincy, +7.5 in Denver.
What are you saying, Hoff? 6.5?
What?
No, Hoff was saying 6.5. Which game?
The Green Bay game.
Okay.
Even better. Okay, it's been shaved down to 6.5. There you go. Thank you, Hoff. -6.5 Green Bay.
There you go. All right. Hoff, what do you have for us here, week 4?
A lot of show themes going on today, so I picked out my favorite, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Anyway, all right, I'm going for a 4-teamer, like I always do, because I don't like any of these games again. Here's my deal, right?
You don't like any of the games, so you're going to go with 4 of them.
I've been very close, but not really. Close enough to lose. I'm going to L.A. as they take on the Colts. I know the Colts have been a great story. I know they put up a lot of points, but I do like the Rams, and I like their offense at the moment. And I listened to Costos for the first time ever, because I usually check out during that segment. Just kidding. He said that Naku is not going to be guarded that well because one of their top secondary guys on the Colts is out. I love that. So I'm going to take L.A. Rams -3.5 versus Indy. I'm doing the same thing as you, BT. I'm going to Dallas. It's 6.5 is the number. I am also taking Green Bay. I think they're just going to steamroll Dallas. Dallas's defense is terrible. I think that a Pee-wee team could score off of them. So I'm going Green Bay -6.5. I am then going to Miami. 2.5, right? That's the number. Am I wrong with that?
Yeah, I can look it up here real quick. Yes.
2.5.
Miami -2.5.
Right. And I know that Nick loves the Jets. I know BT loves the Jets. I love Miami. -2.5. There is no chance the Jets are going to win. Everyone's going to go over again this week at locals. I'm telling you right now, Dolphins, they found something a little bit last week. They're going to find ways to put up points against this Jets defense. I don't think the Jets are going to score like they did with Justin Fields the first week if he does play.
Yeah.
I just think that this offense is not good. And I'm going to give it to Miami -2.5. And then finally, I'm coming back here to MetLife, +6.5. Going G-Men, making it close.
You're taking the Giants plus the points.
6.5.
All right, there you have it for Hoff. Hit me with a dove. See, I was torn here. I'm getting close. I don't want to get further away. You know, sometimes you get close and you start to fall off a little bit. I was torn. I was going to check down and just go 2 games. But I think I'm going to go 3-team parlay here. Number 1, give me the Atlanta Falcons at home. Everybody liked them last week. They get their doors blown off and look awful. I wouldn't trust them as far as I can throw them. However, no Jaden Daniels, Marcus Mariota returning to Atlanta. I'll admit, this is an emotional bet here. I can't stand Dan Quinn. There's no way the sports gods can have Dan Quinn and Marcus Mariota, who did the Falcons dirty, go in there and beat them when Atlanta desperately needs a win at home here. If Jaden Daniels was there, I wouldn't touch this game. It'd be a different line, obviously. Give me Atlanta and Raheem Morris and Penix to bounce back in a big way, and that defense to slow down and shut down Marcus Mariota, something the Raiders couldn't do. I picked against them last week. I got beat. Not this time. Give me Atlanta at home to beat Washington and Mariota and Dan Quinn -2.5. That's game number 1. Game number 2, and this is the one I was like, just looking at it. One of these teams are going to be 1-3 at the end of it. Do I think the Chiefs are going to be 1-3 at the end of it? Or do I think the Ravens are going to be 1-3 at the end of it? And And I think it's going to be the Chiefs who are going to lose this game. Now, 2.5 on the road. Could we be in a scenario where the Ravens can win this game by a point and I get screwed with the line? Maybe. But even in Baltimore's losses, they cannot be stopped offensively. Kansas City's not good enough defensively to slow down Lamar Jackson. I don't know what anybody is. And they're nowhere near the offense with Detroit or Buffalo to be able to keep up. Give me the Ravens minus 2.5. A little head-to-head there, BT, with you. And then game number 3, I think the Giants are going to win this football game. I just have a feeling. No logic involved. There's obviously the unknown with Jaxson Dart. But with the little that we have seen with the RPO, Scatterboo taking over the bulk of the carries with no Tracy, I think the Giants are going to be able to do enough here to not only compete, but win this football game. And remember, no neighbors last week. Disappointing effort as usual for the Giants at home. I think that changes. Not just about Jaxson Dart. Costos references. We talked about this earlier in the week as well, BT. This could be the game where that pass rush can get to Justin Herbert, who's more of a pocket passer than some of the quarterbacks the Giants have faced. So if I think they're going to win, give me the 6.5 points. So I've got the Giants plus 6.5 at home. I think they get their first one of the season. Atlanta minus 2.5 over the Commanders at home. And Baltimore on the road in Kansas City minus 2.5 to beat and cover that spread against the Kansas City Chiefs. Straight up, obviously, I'm going to go Giants. If I like that, I just gave you that pick right there. I think they win that game. So give me the Giants money line. And I just have a feeling the Dolphins at home. This is their Super Bowl as well. I don't know if the Jets have enough offensively, and I haven't seen enough defensively from the Jets to give me enough strength to back them. I picked them last week. They burned me. I'm not going there again. Give me Miami to beat the Jets straight up.
Yeah, Jets defense has been awful. Quincy Williams is out. He's out for 4 weeks, and they're not really playing very well. I've really only ridden the Jets here once. I thought I picked them in week 1. I picked them to lose week 2, week 3. So I'm trying to get away from the emotional play here, the hard play. But I think the Jets going to win. I think the Jets going to play well on Monday night. I think the Jets going to win. Dolphins defense is really, really rough. And I do think the Chargers beat the Giants. I think Dart looks pretty good. I think there's some real legitimate enthusiasm. But the Chargers is just a better team. Give me the Chargers. Give me the Jets.
Hoff? And like I said, Miami's going to win. I, too, though, am going the Chargers. Though I picked the Giants to make it close. These teams have to win until I can actually say they're going to win.
I get it. I tried last week with the Jets, came close but lost. I'm going to try this week for the first time with the Giants, and we'll see what happens. So then I have the Giants and Miami. You have, BT, the Jets and the Chargers, and you have in between again. You have the Dolphins.
And I'm going to get 10 points, and you guys are going to get 5.
Somebody's getting some blood. We're not doing the same thing. I like it.
By the way, just also, because you asked me to do it, I have the percentages.
Well, how'd you add up the percentage? What I wanted was the record. Because I
have the record and the percentage.
Okay, what's the percentage?
Once you get the record, you can do the math.
You do the math on that?
Well,
or did AI do the math on that?
I did. Yeah.
What is it on the year? Just to give an idea.
What do you mean for all the picks we've made? Is that what you're talking about? Okay, that's interesting.
So far,
just to give like a different layer to it.
And we have different totals because we've all picked different amount of games.
Yes.
So, for example, 9 games for Sal, 8 for you, 11 for me. Sal is 5-4, 555 percentage. I'm 5-6 with a 455 percentage, and BT is 3-5 with a 375 percentage.
3-5.
All right, so you have 8 games. I had 9, and you have 11. All right,
yeah.
I think that just adds another layer to it. I told him last year we didn't.
I think we should always do that.
Yeah,
I think because listen,
it's not going to count for anything though.
No,
No,
it's not going to count.
But just reference.
Well, it's going to give the audience a chance, like if they want to follow one of us, at least get a sense, even if we're not banging like a 3-play or a 4-play, you get a sense of who at least is pumping out some winners more consistently. I like that actually.
Yeah, it just gives a little
I like
context.
some context. It's good.
BT and Sal on the fan. We'll finish up on the phones when we come back. 888-808-1019.
Yeah, I got a little something here, Sal. By the way, if you love the Giants the way you do, as you're saying that, I'm hearing a little teaser material. If you like them to win the game, you're getting 6 points or so. You may as well tease. You get another, play with 12 or something. Have a little fun.
You're making me itchy now. Man.
That's what it's about. We're all itchy. It's Football Friday, man. We itchy. Hey, our transportation, water, and energy infrastructure is critical, but did you know that those projects are built by the local 825 operating engineers and their contractors? They built MetLife Stadium and the one before that as well. That's why their advocacy organization, ELEC, the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, fights for those priorities every day. That's ELEC, representing the hardworking men and women who build New York and New Jersey.
It's Evan and Tiki. Afternoons on the Fan 101.9 FM.
New York Giants have good players on this team. But these good players are a group of undisciplined, underachieving, well-put-together roster who don't make plays.
Listen to Evan and Tiki on demand on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Andrew Perloff with an Odyssey Sports Minute sponsored by Chumba Casino, your online casino for plays, spins, and a chance to score. Must be 21 and over. Terms at ChumbaCasino.com. Sam Darnold is putting together one of the most unique careers in NFL history. He's been on 5 different teams over the last 6 years. He was written off after failing with the Jets, but now he seems to be getting better and better. Last night, he helped the Seahawks beat the Cardinals to improve to 3-1. Long way to go, but it's been a very exciting start for Darnold in Seattle. I'm Andrew Perloff.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ready to kick off the fun? Chumba Casino is your go-to game plan during halftime or overtime. From spinning slots to instant scratch-style cards, it's like running the perfect play, all from home. New players score a free welcome bonus and daily logins with a shot at some serious prizes every time you play. Get in the game and visit ChumbaCasino.com today. Let's Chumba. Sponsored by VGW Group. No purchase necessary. See terms at ChumbaCasino.com. Must be over 21 and present in a state where it's legal to play.
Stepping into the Kia K4 or K5 isn't just getting behind the wheel of any average sedan. It's stepping into what's next. With a K4, it's stepping into a world that's exciting. With a K5, it's one that's bold. The Kia K4 and K5, the next movement for sedans. See your local Kia dealer or visit kia.com to learn more.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely.
Another app for inventory, one for CRM. Oh, don't forget accounting. Wait, which login was that?
Or you could use Odoo, one fully integrated system that does it all without the hassle. Ditch the app overload. Get everything your business needs on one platform. Try Odoo free today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hey guys, if you're ready to pop the big question, discover why 5 generations have purchased their diamonds from H.L. Gross Jewelers of Garden City. Since 1910, the Gross family has been the place Long Island gets engaged, and where you'll find all the latest styles and rings and a huge selection of GIA certified diamonds. Save yourself all the hassle and come to H.L. Gross, where you'll get the guaranteed best price, as well as the best education and guidance in picking out the perfect ring. H.L. Gross Jewelers, Long Island's premier bridal ring store at 840 Franklin Avenue in Garden City, or at hlgross.com.
Talk New York sports on The Fan.
4 distinct all-electric Cadillacs. Some drive them for performance. Others drive them for the range. And some drive them because it's the only way to make an entrance. 3 different ways to turn every drive into an occasion. Whatever your reason, there's never been a better time to say, let's take the Cadillac. The all-electric Cadillac family of vehicles. Escalade IQ, Vistic, Optic, and Lyric. Visit your Tri-State Cadillac dealer today.
Town Fair Tire has the area's largest inventory of name brand tires at discount prices, including Michelin tires, which give you the perfect match, a relaxing driving experience from your vehicle, along with all-season design for superior performance that stands out from the crowd. And Town Fair stands out from other dealers with a guaranteed lowest price on Michelin tires and gives you more free services for life than anywhere. Nobody beats a Town Fair tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Nassau County Executive Bruce Blakeman invites you to celebrate the Ryder Cup coming to Nassau County. Thursday, September 25th, kick off the festivities with a concert and fireworks at Eisenhower Park. Friday to Sunday, watch all the action on the giant screen with games, food, and Ryder Cup ticket giveaways from 12 to 6 each day at Field 6. Friday night, don't miss world-renowned EDM DJ Steve Aoki at 8 p.m. Free admission and parking. Join us for Ryder Cup weekend at Eisenhower Park.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Get 1.9% financing on a new 2025 Mazda CX-50 or lease for $249 for 33 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda.
Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN SN 354688. MSRP $32,945. Zero security deposit. APR $1748 per $1,000 finance. And $930.25.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. This guy sitting next to me says, "You're our good luck charm." Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. Now his entire family wants to buy me Bud Lights. I think I'm some kind of a football prophet. Talk soon. The team needs me.
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Call of the Day with Brendan Tierney and Sal Licata on The Fan.
Today's Call of the Day brought to you by Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey's heating experts. Digger giving us a go. Mickey, dude, where have you been?
Yo, what's up, fellas? How's it going? I got a new job. Everything's good with you guys?
Yeah, same stuff, whatever.
Yeah, great.
No more grave digging for you now?
No, I work. Shout out to Silk City Fire.
All right,
my boss, Jay.
you're in the area still?
Yeah, I'm in Patterson. I work out of Patterson. They're big Giant fans. Jay and Adrian.
What went? Like, I know you were going through some serious health things, and I was trying to be there for you a little bit. We would talk.
Yeah,
but
I remember that. Everything is good, dude.
But then I didn't hear from you, and I was thinking the worst. I was like, God, I haven't heard from Mickey for years.
Yeah, and I got a great girlfriend. I emailed you.
You getting married?
I hope so, dude.
Oh, no, dude.
Hey, Sal's going to set up the bachelor party for you. Make sure he's involved, okay?
You guys can come. You guys can come.
You sound great. You seem happy. Do yourself a favor. Just tread lightly with the marriage stuff, all right?
Yeah, she's a good girl. I'm getting over there. I'm 36 now. I'm getting up there. I got to start settling down.
Well, good to hear from you.
Wow. Not to sound morbid, but you thought he passed away, didn't you?
Yes,
right?
I did.
I know. I remember you telling me what he was going through, and I met him.
He used to call the overnights, and then I'm pretty sure he called us when we first started together.
He definitely did.
And it was bad. I remember talking to him, for a little bit on the way home, trying to uplift his spirits.
We met him at DJ's. He came out to see us the first year.
Yeah,
he was out there.
I did a Knicks watch party with the overnight, and he came out. Like, Loogie was there, and Zoo was there, and he was just not in the best of health. Was going through some really serious things.
Yeah.
And I thought we lost him.
I know. That's
and then
awesome.
Sometimes I get the emails and I'm like, oh, is this spam? Or I didn't know what was going on. But yeah, he sounds great.
He does.
Good for Mickey. Back from the grave. All right, BT and Sal.
Now he's going to get married.
Mickey, that's a grave you don't want to dig. There you go, call of the day. Good to hear from Mickey. By the way, BT and Sal's Player to Watch is sponsored by ELEC 825, Building Our Future, Collars & Co., the original dress collar polo, and by New York Oasis. Don't know, don't judge. Turn the page on stigma. Learn more at oasis.ny.gov. Who do you got this week, BT?
Micah Parsons here. I'll touch on this. Obviously, I'm going to ride the Packers, one of the picks here for the picks, and I just think he's going to go bonkers. He obviously had the back issue. He went, it didn't really have much of a training camp, or at least had a truncated one. I think he's in shape. I think he's going to get more reps. I think he's looking to just destroy Jerry Jones. I think what does he have? 1.5 sacks through 3 games. I think he gets 3 on Sunday.
Yeah, Yes, looking forward to watching Micah Parsons Sunday night. For me, it's the player of the week, the man of the hour, Jaxson Dart. That's all I care about. 1 o'clock on Sunday, he's the guy that I'm looking forward to watching, Jaxson Dart. What is he going to do? How's the Giants offense going to look like? The RPO, the energy in the crowd. What's that building finally going to look like? We're going to have some excitement there from the Giants fan base at MetLife Stadium. So the story of Parsons going back to Dallas, must watch Sunday night, and obviously Jaxson Dart and his first career start in the NFL. That will also, to me, be my player to watch. Let's finish up on the phones, BT. KC is on Long Island. What's up, KC?
Hey, guys. Basically the Mets have an opportunity to erase the stench of the last 90 games. I feel that if they go 2 out of 3 against Miami, Cincinnati and Arizona are not sweeping their opponent. So taking 2 out of 3 will get it done and into the playoffs.
There you go.
Yeah, but does that erase the stench? And thank you for the call, Casey. Does that erase the stench of the last 90 games or whatever you said? To me, it absolutely does not.
Especially if they don't play well against the Dodgers. Like if now it would go a long way in fumigating the stench if they were to advance like last year.
Yeah.
It still would create a discussion like, okay, why was this team now, another year where they're 80-ish wins? So there's big picture conversation that needs to be had. But like if the Mets win 2 out of 3 this weekend, and if they were to beat the Dodgers and then get on a little run, I don't think that's going to happen. But that, I think I know not you, I think most people will be like, okay, it changes how I feel about the season.
Well, the way that I would say it is, you remember like the skunk smell in the house that I was trying to get rid of? So like right now I'm smelling the skunk with the Mets. I still smell the skunk. Like I can't sleep. I got a headache. I wake up. My wife doesn't know what's going on. I'm like, you don't smell that? I smell the skunk in the house. If they make the playoffs, then it's okay. Well, we open up the windows. It takes a little while. And then if they beat the Dodgers, now you got the fans going, and it's starting to get out a little bit. Even then, I still don't think the full stench of the skunk is removed, even with forget about who they beat. Winning a wild card round, getting to the division series, that doesn't do it for me. That doesn't erase the stench of this entire season. So they got a long way to go to rid themselves of that.
All right, they're still getting 2 this weekend, and they're somehow going to make it.
Jeff is in Oceanside. What's up, Jeff?
Good afternoon, boys. How you doing today?
All right,
how are
Jeff,
you?
what's happening, buddy?
All right, guys. I'm a big Mets fan. They're going to do it. They just took 2 out of 3 from the Cubs, who are a better team than the Marlins. The Reds just lost at home 2 out of 3 to the Pirates. They're not going to lose all 3. They're going to find a way to get in. They're going to beat the Dodgers, and they're going to beat the next team. I'm looking to be back in the NLCS.
Phillies. A little nuts now, Jeff. That's a little ambitious, but okay.
Hold on. Being the Phillies are scared to death.
Who's pitching? Who's pitching, Jeff?
Yeah.
Who's pitching?
This weekend first, and then get to the playoffs.
McClain's going to pitch.
Yeah.
McClain's going to pitch game 1.
Okay. Who's pitching tomorrow?
If they get to who's pitching tomorrow?
Yeah.
Everybody.
Who's pitching Sunday?
Yeah. Let's rephrase it. Who's good that's pitching this weekend? Jeff, we appreciate the passion and the positivity, and thank you for the call. Like, you got to be realistic to a certain extent. You could say the Mets might take 2 out of 3. By the way, that might not be enough. What if the Reds sweep the Brewers?
Yeah.
It's not enough. And I don't think the Mets are taking 2 out of 3.
Reds didn't hit it all last couple games. They didn't hit it all.
Did anybody think the Mets would lose 2 out of 3 to the Nationals at home? And they did.
No.
Okay.
And they lost a couple out there, too. They lost a series to the Nats before that.
I think the big question becomes, can they win? Can the Mets get in with a 1 out of 3? And if you think that that's the case, then maybe it's a safe bet to say that they would be in. I'm not so sure that that's going to get it done.
Let me at least ask you this, because whether it's Peterson, whether it's Minaya, who the heck knows even how Sproat's going to do tonight, at least do you have confidence that the trio or quad of their best 4 hitters is going to at least hit Alcantara tonight? Not that you're saying they're going to win the series or definitely get there, or is the offense at least showing up and putting a few runs up against their ace?
I don't have confidence in that, no.
Well, then you're not making the playoffs. Like, if that happens, I hear you.
Yeah.
Then you might be right. If they look feeble tonight and they lose, then they're not going.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see a continuation of what we saw last night. I'm not buying it. Dave is in the Poconos finishing up. What's up, Dave?
Davey?
Yeah, hey, guys. Happy Friday.
You too.
Just want to pick your brain on this. If the Yankees win tonight, if Warren gets a job done, I think there's a chance that the Yanks are up 1 game over the Blue Jays going into Sunday.
Okay.
So would you throw Fried on Sunday to guarantee the division?
No.
It
doesn't guarantee
you guys
anything.
this, but you could still throw him Thursday.
Well, no, I'm not. No, you're overthinking this, Dave. First of all,
we have all this momentum. We have all this momentum, and it could be lost when Crochet goes against Game 1.
Understood. That's a risk I'm willing to take.
Sorry.
And the Yankees, thanks for the call. They were just up against it. Yankees already spoke about this. They're not doing it. So, and that's the right move. That is the right play. I just brought it to the air yesterday because I wanted to have the conversation, because I do think it's a point of consideration where, all right, if the Yankees win and independent of what Toronto were to do on Sunday, theoretically, if that situation presented itself, would you, just to have the conversation, throw Fried? You said no. I said no, because number one, there's no guarantee that you win the game, and if you don't win the game, then you don't have Fried for Game 1 or Game 2 against the Red Sox or whatever. There's no way I'm rolling the dice on that. Zero.
I would even argue if it were normal rest, I wouldn't pitch Max Fried.
That was the other thing, too. It wouldn't even be normal rest.
Yeah, it'd be a short rest. Look, if you have to do that to beat the Orioles, you don't deserve to win the division. You lost it over the course of the summer. Well, this is the last time BT will be discussing this on the air in the regular season. Let's see what the weekend brings. I cannot wait for Monday morning.
Chase, have yourself a good weekend here. Chase Utley.
Yeah, I know. I got it. Either way, Chase Utley will be back Monday.
I hope you guys get in. I want the Subway Series possibility. I have a good feeling for both teams this weekend.
I think the Yanks win the division. Dart plays well. The Giants win. Mets miss the postseason on Monday.
Almighty. Listen, it wouldn't stun me because they haven't looked good, but I hope they defy logic at this point.
Thanks to Dove and Hoff and everybody who listened and called. We appreciate each and every one of you. See you Monday, 10 a.m. Enjoy your weekend. Evan and Tiki are next.
Here's the drive to right center field. He is going to do